Are we on? Are we on? Okay. Let's do this.
Welcome to the madness when news meets the crazy Super Sunday wrap up where we keep it hazy. Pop culture pandemonium, entertainment galore. Grab your popcorn, sit tight, let's dive in for more. It's the Super Sunday wrap up, your weekly delight where we spin through the headlines morning till night. From Hollywood scandals to the latest trends, we are about to befriend. From celeb romances to box office hits, we dissect it all with our reverent wits. No stone left unturned, no gossip untold. Join us on this journey, let the stories unfold. It's the Super Sunday wrap-up, your weekly delight, where we spin through the headlines morning till night. From Hollywood scandals to the latest trends, we are pop culture gurus, here to befriend. So buckle up, folks, it's gonna be a ride with laughter, sass, and a touch of snide. Super Sunday wrap-up, your entertainment guide. Let's dive into the chaos with nothing to hide.
I've got one that can see.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's good to be here. And Kitty has her salad.
It's not a salad. It's meatballs. They're very bad looking, but they taste okay.
Oh, what are they made of?
Minced meat, beef.
Beef?
Mm.
Sure. How's your week been, Kitty?
Hectic, thank you very much. So really happy to have just a good wrap up.
Well, I'm glad you had time to show up. I know you've been
Really
busy. You've got family to play Roblox with sometimes. You know, these
Yes.
are requirements of life.
Mhm.
And you got friends visiting, you got things happening, you got streets
Wonderful.
flooding and just
Yeah,
torrential rains because people are seeding the clouds because you
it's
live in
not
the
because
desert.
of that. I was parting with people on Twitter about that.
Has it been debunked? Has it been
Yes.
debunked? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad because the
What
last
about
rotten.
chemtrails? Has that
Chem-
been debunked?
Yes.
I mean, the
Oh.
chemtrails that are being that are there are for the cloud seedings.
It's
Ah,
it's better for the FAA and all of the other travel companies that you believe that it's chemtrails as opposed to pollution being spread by these jet planes flying all over the country or the world. So,
Honky.
if stuff like that comes out of your car while you're driving, you get fined.
Mhm.
But nobody calls it a conspiracy theory. So,
Well,
so
I mean,
Bob,
if you do,
if you do what? Oh, where'd you go?
if you do, there's a problem. I'm just not gonna make everybody watch me eat.
Well, we'll do that here. Check it out. Look, I'm now part of the club.
Mm.
yes.
I stand alone. Bob, how's your week been?
It's been a week. It's been all right. I'm glad it's Sunday finally to wrap this week up and start a new one. Thank God. But it's been all right though. It's been all right. Had some nice weather here. No rain, no snow, so I can't complain really.
I'll just give some background music to you there.
Yes. Give me some background music. The week has been it's been very interesting. Watched a little bit of the draft from Raw and SmackDown, which was interesting. I don't watch SmackDown too much, so I'm glad Nia Jax is over there now. So now I really don't have to watch on Fridays. So that's amazing.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's been all right. It's been all right.
I
I'm here.
kind
I'm
of
breathing.
missed the draft a little bit. I don't know if you saw the intro. There was some other news happening
Yes.
that drew my attention away from that. But before we get into it, Cole, how was your escape from the FBI?
A little good. Got caught up a bit there near the end in the corner, but was able to make it out.
Oh, beautiful.
I love the little whoa whoa.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
The backing singers are great.
The This is your background music, Cole. You should be speaking over it.
We're just listening to it. We're like, we want to hear the
Yeah, he's
origin.
enjoying it too much.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I can't really think. I'm just being reminded of this shitty AEW moment the other day, so.
Oh, well, let me do this real quick, and then you won't have to think
There
about
we
that.
go. Yeah, much
for a
better.
second.
Okay.
But
God, what the fuck was that movie with Jesus Christ? Whatever.
The movie with
What
Jesus
was that
Christ?
movie with
Well, there was
Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
That move. God,
Last
whatever.
Dash.
The Last
the
Temptation
Meltzer-
of Christ.
the Meltzer driver, you're talking about the one that he took?
Oh yeah, the Meltzer driver. Yeah.
That, well, let's see. First thing he does is he takes a little smile there happening from Jack Perry.
This is the best.
This is where he takes the wrong bump for the move that he's given.
Yeah.
Which
Which
he takes a
I have a
punch
hard
to the
time
gut.
believing.
Takes a gut punch, and boom, takes a back bump. Falls flat on his back, and then remembers, oh, I got to sell the gut. So he gets to finally play with his toys, and I'm excited about that for him.
Yeah, but he fucked it up. How do you do that?
You do it on your first bump ever, on your first move ever in the ring.
Listen.
Usually it happens on the indies, but it happened to be on primetime TV for him because he's the owner.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say he's not that much of a fan. Then there's no way you've been watching wrestling as long as you have, and you sell a punch to the gut like that.
That was a perfect back bump, by the way.
I mean, it was a great back bump, but not. It doesn't make sense for what just happened to you.
His arms came down. He protected his back. He kept his head tucked in. He didn't bounce his head. So he did it great. And now, here's what they now called the TK driver because his name is Tony Khan. Previously, the Meltzer driver. Might have even been the Meltzer driver 98. Who knows?
What was that?
Well, they dropped him on his head.
But he
They
had
dropped-
to do it while the guy jumped.
Yes, that actually is supposed to look like he helps him drive it down even further to murder
Yeah,
him.
it didn't really look like that, but
Well, no, he protected him far more than he would have protected anybody else because that's the guy who writes the checks.
well, that's too bad.
So you have this going on here, and that's what happened at True Eyes to the Product.
And then doesn't Old Man Khan come out there at some point? Just stand in the ring staring at everybody?
Oh, yeah, he came in looking like he was going to fire everybody.
He looked like
Let
the
me come back
fucking
here.
Iron Sheik walking out there.
Let me get to it real quick. Let me do this. Let's see, the bad guys, they all leave, and then the cavalry comes. Oh, maybe I don't have it.
Oh, it's all good if you don't.
Nope, I don't have it. No.
It's all right.
But that puts us right here where Tony Khan is all in and takes a bump.
Not only that, not only did he take the bump though, then he showed up the next day, I believe, was it like the draft day for NFL draft? He showed up with his dad
That's
for the
right.
NFL draft.
NFL Draft Day. Tony Khan shows up in a neck brace selling the near-death experience that he had.
You know, AEW, we've been doing this for fun.
That's the wrong one.
On the clock, 17th overall, but they traded down as Tony Khan becomes the first ever NFL executive in a draft room, shaking off the effects of a pile driver he received on national television in a wrestling ring the night before. Such is life when you mix AEW and the NFL. Tony Khan, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. That's it.
Man.
So, yeah, he sold it, and everybody was talking about it, and most people were upset with it. The big-time wrestling fans didn't like it. They thought he was pretending to be one of the previous owners of some of the previous wrestling companies. They all thought it was pathetic and sad and overreaching and everything else like that. So the thing is, Let me get down here to turn this down one more time. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Is that not only was the wrestling world talking about it, the entire sports conglomerate, if you will, was talking about it. The NFL had an article about it. It was on major news outlets.
Yeah.
And for the entirety of the draft, Tony Khan wore the neck brace. Now, what does that do for wrestling fans? Absolutely nothing. What it does do is it shows something interesting to people in the exact same demographic as the wrestling fans. That's the NFL. Now, what do you know about NFL fans? They're diehards. They live and breathe their sports entertainment. They go out there in the middle of winter, half their body painted the colors of the sports team of their choice, and they buy season tickets and they watch every single game, and they will follow their sports team no matter what channel they're on, which is why everybody is going after live sports now when it comes to streaming channels. And it's why Tony Khan wore the brace. He's not looking for wrestling fans. He's looking for whales, those diehard 1% that will not leave his side once they get hooked on his product. That's who he's going after. And that is the people that he's looking for. So all the casuals out there, not really their concern. All the wrestling fans out there that think it's either a good idea or a bad idea, not his concern. He's not looking for them. He's looking for the 1% of people that found that interesting, that will show up for the next show and bring his product higher and higher and higher. So he's fishing. He's whale fishing. That's what he's doing. Gray, we didn't get to say hi to you before we jumped into this. How's it going?
Fantabulous. Everything's going great, man. Excited to be here. Woke up late, but good times. You know, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday. Yeah. What did you happen to think about the whole Tony Khan taking a bump and continuing to wear the brace?
I think he could have sold it a little bit better in the moment, but you know, the commitment to the long game, I got to respect it. But you know, I've seen worse. He appears to be having a good time. You know, he was really smiling at the draft coverage, if you will. You know, I think he's having a great time, so it's all worth it because he's entertained. I don't know. I think it's been done before. I don't really have a problem with it. Just, yeah, I think he could have sold the actual move a little bit better.
Seems like it. Like, to my normie eyes, it didn't look that good.
Didn't look that devastating. It looked like a Kama Sutra kind of action going on.
Yeah, it was like, what's happening? We waited a long time for it to. So I'm like, okay, not exciting.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a build-up there. But Cole, I need to let you know that AEW is not the only one going after the diehard football fans, because the NFL has just announced this weekend the first ever officially licensed NFL Legacy title belts.
But okay.
Oh my goodness.
They do, but they're going after the whales too, and they have been, because Pat
Wait, they're
McAfee,
making them in larger sizes?
Yeah. The Pat McAfee is a football guy and has his own podcast and everything else, and they bring him on Monday nights to do commentary on Monday Night Raw. So they themselves are actually fishing for these diehard sports fans as well. It's something that that everybody's looking to do these days, which is expand beyond their core fans and move into expanding it to other areas.
But isn't there a fundamental difference in the kind of sports we're talking about here?
Yes.
Well,
One
there's wrestling you do for wins, and football you do for points. When it comes to pre-planned outcomes, it's 50-50 on whether they both do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like they're not officially doing it.
They're both they're both covered by betting sites, so who knows? What the real difference is. But Tony Khan didn't stop there either. He couldn't help himself, and he had to take a shot.
AEW, we've been doing this for 5 years. We are the most successful sports startup since the AFL. Pre-merger, there has not been a challenger brand that has gained as much market share as AEW in many, many, many years. We are like the Pepsi of pro wrestling, and we're up against a really evil juggernaut. WWE is our competitor. That's who we're facing. AEW, like the Pepsi of pro wrestling. WWE's like the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. And I'm really proud of what we do down here.
All right. I think, all
And,
right, Tony. All right, Tony.
Wow. Lots to unpack there.
There's, you wonder why he would say something like that. You think maybe that he's
That just
going
makes
up.
him look worse. I don't really think that's going to make people watch AEW, but okay.
Well, you wonder why he said something like that. It's like it's not because of Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon's been outed. Vince McMahon is no longer part of the company. Vince McMahon is selling all of his shares. However, there are people that are still there that, let's see. Oh, yeah. Tony Khan is still there, and he's the president, CEO brand, and apparently is also named in the lawsuit against him. And then just this past week, Tony Khan decided he was going to liquidate all of his stock as well, just like Vince McMahon. So maybe he's insinuating something about the entire company, that it's still sort of involved in this whole Harvey Weinstein style mess.
Which is, I think that's fine if that's what he's going. I mean, my big hang up was on the fact that he said AEW is the Pepsi of the wrestling world. Like, that is, they're more like the Faygo of wrestling. Now, like, I would accept that, but you're not going to tell me that you're the Pepsi when WWE's been around for, God, how many years now? How many decades? I mean, since the early
Faygo's kind
days
of regional. They're a little bit more across. I think like Shasta or like I don't know what are the RC Cola, something like that.
Yes, like that's very acceptable. And we're the RC Cola of wrestling. I would have applauded him for that. But saying you're the fucking Pepsi and then comparing, like I kind of get where he's going with the Harvey Weinstein comparison. But it's all right, man. Like, I don't think the NFL draft is the time to be doing this. But okay.
Yeah, no. The Weinstein comparison, I will just say. Yeah, he's probably correct when it comes to that. There's definitely probably still people there, involved.
Sure.
However, I would say that's kind of the entire industry, though. They've been pretty backwards for a while. They're still catching up, similar to the video game industry. Like, there's still definitely some in New Japan, Ring of Honor, TNA probably, and there's probably some who work for him right now. That's just the entire industry, sadly.
I mean, not that it's like a great distinction to make or anything like that, but has Weinstein ever been accused of not paying like his victims? I think even there might be a little bit.
No, most of them he got
That's
Oscars.
a lovely idea.
Yeah, they got paid in Oscars,
Ooh, yeah. He delivered.
Let me remove that real quick. I forgot to go over what we're talking about today. Is that the wrong one? That's the wrong one. No, we're going to talk about.
No, that's the right one. This is where.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Tony Khan stuff just happened over the week, and I hadn't updated the graphic, but yeah, some of the things we'll be covering today will be Golden Axe, Aliens versus Avengers comic, Netflix using AI, and Sony Paramount's interest. Sony's interest in Paramount.
I know everything about all of these things.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited to be here.
And then next week is our Cinco de Mayo celebration. We'll find out everything about Mexican mayonnaise. And we'll be talking about the Pokemon new avatar thing, whether they're hot or not.
They made Pokemon hotter?
Yes, absolutely. Flaming hot, if you will. We'll be playing a game called Is It Spanglish? And we'll be talking about the Red Hulk in Captain America 4 and Venom 3 being moved up in the timeline. So those are today's and next week's show plans.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome. Can't wait to talk about it. We might have a very famous Red Hulk, which would be awesome.
Yeah. And with Red Hulk being in it and the Somebody else is in it too. Oh yeah, Isaiah Bradley, the original Black Captain America, will also be this. That's right, required viewing. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you need to know who Isaiah Bradley is, there's your Marvel homework for you. And both of them are on the side of evil, which means that there's one more bad guy, most likely the mastermind. So, those are.
So are you under the impression that we're going to get a Harrison Ford Hulk? Like that could be quite interesting.
Yes, yes. And of course, they explained the look difference because he had to shave his mustache to get elected.
Yeah, I get that every time I shave.
Yeah, you get elected.
Not every time, but a lot of the time.
Just real quick though, guys. Darby Allin, who was out with a broken leg, got hit by a bus crossing the street in New York, and apparently got a broken nose while he was at it. So he may be out just a wee bit longer than expected.
Wait, so he's not going to climb Everest?
No, he can't climb Mount Everest with that nose.
Wow.
And of course, you can't love anything but just the way Twitter.
Oh God!
Average day in Darby Allin's life.
Oh God, that's great.
I don't know what kid show this is in Japan.
No, and I need to see it.
Oh my
yes.
God.
I'm all for this.
It's
great.
it's required viewing now. Let us know if you've seen this before, guys, out there in the comments. Also, let us know what you thought about the bump. If this kid took a better bump than Tony Khan.
This is spectacular. Made
He
me
sold
feel
it more.
Yeah, sold it way better. Look at that, dust himself off.
I'm cool.
Fixes the
I'm
hat.
fine.
Yep.
Oh,
So
me
that's
too.
where we're going.
real quick. What's going on there with there's my mouse. 2 screens. I can't keep everything straight. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's the sports music. I'll find it back for you. Sports music. From Variety, Golden Axe animated series from Mike McMahon.
Mahan.
McMahon.
I think it's McMahon.
Because I know McMahon is spelled McMahon.
McMahon.
Who knows? If you know in the
McMahon.
you know, let us know if you know in the comments. Is this Mahan McMahon? Said at Comedy Central, Matthew Rees and Danny Pudi among the voice cast. I don't like this.
I like Danny Pudi, but why are they putting him in everything? He's the dude from Community, like Abed from Community.
Oh, okay.
I liked the actor, but like I don't know. Does he have the best voice? They made him one of the ducks in Tailspin, or not Tailspin. I think he was Louie in McDuck. I don't know. It's just he's got an okay voice, but why everything?
Well, you never know why. Maybe it was in Harvey Weinstein's final will. Based on the beloved Sega games of the same name, the show hails from co-creators Mike Mahan and Joe Chandler, Matthew Rees, the Americans, Danny Pudi from Community, like you said, and Mythic Quest, Lisa Gilroy from Jury Duty, Liam, I don't care. Comedy Central has ordered 10 episodes. The official description of the series states, the show follows veteran warriors, Axe Battler, Tyrus Flare, and Gilius Thunderhead as they once battle to save Uria from the evil giant Death Adder, who just won't seem to stay dead. Fortunately, this time they have the inexperienced and underprepared Hampton Squibb on their side. Ugh, okay. Mahan and Chandler will co-write the first episode of the series and serve as executive producers, with Chandler also serving as showrunner. And somebody else doing other things. And CBS Studios arm, along with Sony Pictures and other stuff.
Nice.
So,
and Titmouse is going to be the studio. They make a lot of really, they make a lot of really good ones.
You said tit.
From
a couple of good ones.
Yeah, like Venture Brothers and a whole bunch of other ones, kind of in that vein. They're a fun animation studio. I really like those guys.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
I hope I will.
Yes.
So, Bob, what do you think about this new Golden Axe comedy hour that coming up for us?
I'm kind of intrigued by it. A little surprising when I was reading about it to hear that it was like Comedy Central that's doing this, but that's very interesting to me. I used to play the game when I was younger, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm actually very excited to see what Comedy Central can do with a video game property turned animation. So that should be very interesting. Hopefully, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. The voice cast sounds all right. So,
Cole, you're a big proponent of taking an original property and veering way to the left of what the original intent was.
Sure. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on this, honestly. I mean, I hope it's good. Sounds okay, yeah.
Will you check it out?
Yeah, I remember the game being a little more exciting and a little less goofy, funny. Let's bring, let's follow Frodo and his goofy friends as they go off on this adventure.
Yeah, I never really played it though, but I just know it's like kind of a beat 'em up or whatever. So yeah, I don't really have too much of an opinion on it because of that. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really sound much like it. But as long as it's good, then all right. It has some good names attached, I guess.
Warren, what do you think about? Oh wait, I got the wrong banner up, don't I? There we go. Golden Axe, the animated series.
I don't know. Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Oh. What is Golden Axe? I'm sorry.
It's a fun beat 'em up game. You got swords and axes and stuff. It's fun. Perhaps a golden
side
axe.
scroller from '89.
No.
No. You don't see that as a Comedy Central comedy cartoon?
No. I'm sorry. No. I can't.
Should they have Game of Throned it?
No.
Should they have stayed away from it altogether?
That doesn't sound appealing to me.
Wait, hold on. Who's producing it?
Titmouse.
Oh, okay.
Sony.
Okay.
No.
And Sega.
And the rest of the gang.
Yeah, well, now I have less faith in it. Okay.
Oh, I removed it. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm tuning in from Boston, guys.
Oh, man. I'm sorry they don't do video games in Boston.
You can say that again.
So, Kitty, how do you feel now that you're drinking something and you have something in your mouth?
Not a sponsor. Lipton. Now that I have something.
Lipton?
Keyword did not mean it. Lipton iced tea.
That's so ancient.
In a can? Is it carbonated?
No. I don't do fizzy drinks.
You don't do fizzy drinks?
Yeah. They make me burp.
Well, around here, we're not the kind of people that would go for product placement at all.
Nah.
Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
Wait, so can I get this straight? Golden Axe is a series that is based on an axe-wielding Game of Thrones style?
No.
Sort of. It was like a side-scroller beat
You
'em up.
played it. I didn't play it.
I played it.
They used to have an
in the
arcade
arcades.
cabinet too. Yeah, it was great. And then they ported it to like Sega. I think I played those. They tried to revive it a couple different times. it's kind of like Gauntlet was more of a top-down thing, and it was more of a puzzler. But yeah, they tried to revive it a bunch of different times. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and this is the studio that did like Metalocalypse, Venture Brothers, Son of Zord. It feels like this animation would be right up their alley, but I don't know. It all comes down to the writing, if they're going to treat it well or
I
not.
can get it on Steam.
Yeah,
I'm looking
you
at
should
it.
be able to.
Yeah.
So that's the classic cover. That was on the side of the arcade cabinet. It was amazing. I spent way too many quarters on that thing.
So but does it make sense as something funny?
No, not really.
I mean, barbarians like to laugh. Gallows humor, sure.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't like too much of a story from the games, right? So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so I
you get
guess what's the point then? That's what I'm
There was a bad guy, and you
You're
had to beat
searching
him
for
up.
the golden axe.
This was at the height of the Conan the Barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're into pastries, Conan the Bavarian. And
Check out
those
that bodybuilding dwarf.
Oh yeah,
Check out-
absolutely.
Short
Check out-
stack.
That guy's packing in the blue trunks, man.
Hell
Yeah, he's showing it off. He knows.
He's packing and he's going on a trip.
That sword is rather long.
So
That's
I
what she
wonder, like,
said.
if this
oh, well,
is
there's two
successful,
swords.
I
you think we
guarantee.
could get like maybe an Altered Beast comedy series?
This guy
It
seems a
could
little
be
sad.
really funny. He is the tragic character, but you got to play as the green guy. He's awesome. He has the axe, the titular axe.
I think
Titular.
the lady in the photo looks highly oppressed too. So
Yeah.
I love how all of my thumbnails for this week show up when I look up Golden Axe.
Yeah, it's not exactly a property that everyone was, yelling for, but
That's
it
what
could
I'm
be
saying.
fun.
I'm like, what's the point? Yeah, I guess it'll work because why not?
I mean, they've already
No,
made
from
like all the other
people
80s
who have
games.
bought
Like,
a property that was now affordable.
I mean, they made like Rampage, the movie. They made like all of those other classic games. They've practically turned into something.
Rampage
So
was such a terrible movie.
yeah, it didn't need to be made. I mean, they basically made Rock'em Sock'em the movie too. I don't know. Battleship. They even turned that into a movie.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They also
Battleship,
figured out in story how to do E5 miss.
Yeah, but Battleship is a cult classic now.
Oh, fuck off.
Is it? To who?
I mean, it had Rihanna in it, didn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, and still nobody cared about it.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking about Starship. It's not Battleship. My bad.
That Golden
Okay,
Axe
I was gonna
Beast
say.
Rider. Ooh,
Ooh, that could be awesome.
look at
But yeah,
this.
I think that really
Gonna share
opens
it?
the road to Altered Beast. I can't wait till we have a comedy of that. It'll be great.
You can actually share your screen, I believe, there, Kitty.
You're just gonna have to let me in. Just
There
add
you
it.
go.
Look at her. This was 2008, and
Wow,
I keep thinking this says breasts.
Man, I could feel the oppression in that video, in that screen image.
Hack and slash. The main protagonist is Tyrus Flare, a great Amazon warrior defender of. Did you play this? Anyone?
No.
I have
No.
not played that one. That was a newer, like, rehashing of it. Quite nice.
There's Death Adder
Death
once
Adder,
again.
yeah.
I
Death
think
Adder's armies on the
This
roof.
this might have been the inspiration for the MCU. I could tell.
It is rumored that even Death Adder fears something about the Titans. Wow.
Okay, reception. Okay, that explains a lot.
That's why you haven't heard about it.
I mean, hey, it's got a 6 in there. It's good.
It's got
Gaming.
it's got what in there?
It's got a 6.
C plus. Jesus. 3.2 by IGN. Ooh.
Wow, that's exciting stuff.
What does this look
Harsh.
like?
It's
18
fully-
plus, boys.
You can tell by that picture, though, that it is fully 100% orchestrated, seeing as it's got the sax and the violins.
I can just tell this game is like unplayable.
Golden Axe Breast Rider.
You said it. Beast Rider, yeah. Breast Rider. That's
Gameplay. Hmm. Oh wow! It's just a monster hunter, basically.
Oh, there you go. You would love it then.
Yeah, hack and slash. Ride monster, fight monster.
Amazon Warrior sounds like a Wonder Woman ripoff.
If they redid
According to Arkham.
this today, they would take away her red hair.
How do you think they're going to portray her?
Not redheaded.
No.
Not. She will be not breast riding. She'll be
How
flat.
modern.
They won't portray her like this cosplayer did?
Dang!
I'm not thinking they will, but maybe.
She believes this is
Oh
suitable
my-
for work.
Guys, please.
Is the company that did like Metalocalypse, so
We need to
maybe they'll go kind of hardcore with
She
the
did fight.
animation.
She did
but-
fight monsters in that, guys. She did. I'm looking at pictures here.
Team.
And
'cause
so are we.
I'm just trying to be inclusive. I'm going to say team. I think that picture is very hashtag. I need to get a lawyer. Hashtag me too. She's oppressed. She's highly oppressed in that picture. Sorry, guys.
I
Oh
hope
my
they
gosh,
include
that's
the
the exact
giant lizard
outfit.
things you get to ride. Yeah,
the exact
she
outfit
pulled it
with-
off.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully,
yeah,
she can do the fire hand thing too.
Yeah,
You think
I'll
she
show
rides
okay.
giant lizards?
I think so.
I think
Size.
so.
Let's
She'll
stay
take
accurate.
all sizes, boys.
Oh.
Look. There we go.
Jeez.
There it is. You see?
That is exactly the same thing.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, that is the costume she was going for.
Yeah.
Look at this.
She was.
as we
She
go
did
back
it
and
for
forth.
real.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
played the game. She
they're
played
gonna
the
tone
game.
it
She was
down
the
in
one
the
out
She's
of
a real
three.
fan. She's a real fan.
Which image? Which image we're wondering?
Bro, that image. I think my image is better.
Yeah. Well, mine is more hyper realistic.
Mm.
So
It seems like she levels up her bikini as she goes through the game.
Well, yeah, you
Gets
need a
more-
new outfit once
Yeah,
you've
no,
leveled
you-
up.
and Warren, I hate to say it, Warren, but you've been outed as a fan.
Uh-oh.
That definitely is my brother from Uganda. So
From another mother.
It's from Ugandan wrestling.
Oh my gosh, I want to play this game now.
no, you don't.
Absolutely.
No, you don't.
It's a
Can't wait.
decent
For the-
game.
For the joke, and no, not your game, the Golden Axe one. There's no jiggles, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is probably what it's going to look more like.
Oh yeah,
Is,
they're gonna tone it down, and then everybody's gonna flip out, and half of them are gonna be people who never played the game pretending to be upset.
You know, they'll probably look like Thundercats Go.
Oh, probably yeah.
I don't know. Different studio though. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, they did do a couple of those weird ones, like Big Mouth and a couple of those other ones. So maybe they'll make it kind of weird and fun. But I assume they're going more like
wait,
Metalocalypse
They did
stuff.
Big Mouth?
Now,
They did Big Mouth, but they
oh,
also
fuck,
did
I have no
Metalocalypse.
hope. Jesus Christ, I have no hope now. Fuck.
Well, they also did like Black Dynamite, Midnight Gospel. There's some decent ones that they've done, but yeah, they have been. There's some cutesy animation that's also been included from Titmouse.
God, who actually likes this show?
I
So
like
they're
season
going to
one.
be
I was okay with
bobbleheads,
it.
essentially, I guess, is what's going to happen here.
I hope not. Again, I keep going back to it, but it's the same dudes who did Metalocalypse, so they can draw badass characters. And Venture Brothers. Ooh, and they also did China, Illinois, a really little known but really funny, weird ass show.
Hey,
I
what's
don't
the
know
next
anything
one?
about
Are we
that.
done?
Yes. Kitty's done with Golden X. So we'll be done with that too.
No, I'm just I'm done with it because of the Big Mouth thing. It gets to me.
AEW's got a new champ. It's Swerve Strickland. Okay, we've covered that.
Are we
Um,
done? Kitty says she's
WWE has a new women's champion. It's the old champion.
me.
It's Kitty. Kitty ordered her belt online, and it'll be there in about 6 to 8 weeks. So she'll be able to show it off.
Yeah.
And let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about the Avengers and Alien as they cross over.
The only thing I've seen about Alien anytime recently was somebody turned Alien pink and was like it was a Barbie alien and was like for the modern audience. That's as much as I know about Alien.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask why you use an elevator music for this topic?
Well, we're either going up or going down with the topics, so that's why. Plus, it's a little bit soothing. We can always go back to the Broadway play about coal.
Fuck.
By the FBI and
I mean, do you have one for Warren yet?
I do. I just don't have it here. Let me see if I can find it somewhere. You let me see here. Anybody hear that? No?
No.
Is that the song?
Can you hear this one?
No.
Very slightly.
Oh. Poof. All right. Bummers.
Yeah, well,
No,
maybe next week.
I do have it somewhere. I don't know where.
Sing it to us live, a cappella.
I don't. It was AI that came up with the lyrics, not me, so I can't sing it. See if I can look for it.
So Bob, you could probably tell an AI to just make these characters in a
Here we go.
big mouth style.
We got it uploading. But until then, Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribick's Alien vs. Avengers pits the extraterrestrial against Earth's mightiest heroes. This summer, Marvel Comics is bringing fans a battle for all the ages when aliens and the Avengers face off. The upcoming Aliens vs. Avengers comic series is written by visionary creator Jonathan Hickman with stunning artwork by Esad Ribick. This is the latest comic in Marvel's 20th Century Studios imprint and the first to cross over Marvel and Aliens. The four-part The point is that they're fighting the aliens from the movie, and those guys shouldn't be here by the time the comic, these heroes are around, because they're space aliens and they've never come to Earth, and here they are fighting the Avengers.
But do we know for sure that it's going to be a battle on Earth?
And which Avengers? Is it going to be Young Avengers?
Well, I mean, they do have I think they have like the first issue cover, I believe. There's a picture of, unless what I saw was bullshit.
There's the alien.
But it looks like it looks like regular classic Avengers there.
Yeah. You got a Captain America who can live forever. Iron Man. And
Brie Larson.
Probably the bitterest Captain Marvel I've ever seen.
It's Brie Larson.
Apparently, they took her parking spot.
Speak to the manager.
It's instead of being she should be Karen America.
Now, to be fair, though, this isn't the first time there's been an Aliens crossover in comic books. I believe we've had a couple, including Aliens and Predators versus Batman and Superman, I think, at one time.
Yep.
Which all were pretty much fought on Earth in Gotham and Metropolis. So, I mean, I could suspend my disbelief enough to not really get hung up on that.
Is there a reason for these three to go on a space picnic and run into aliens?
Well, I mean, she is technically an alien, so she's just going back home. Maybe she wants to take her friends on a road trip, if you will. I don't know. If they're invading, they're Earth's protectors. But, I don't know. I'm not sure who was calling for this.
I mean, this is all just promotion, right? This is just to promote the Alien movie that's coming out this year. And why not slap the Avengers on it? So,
Avengerize aliens. Did you read that? That's what
yes.
it's
The
called.
4-part epic is set in a new timeline, many years in the future, and features older, grittier versions of the Marvel characters.
Grittier. Oh god, here we go.
It's
Ooh,
also
we get a
will be the first time
grittier
readers.
Carol Danvers.
Man, that's just what we need. And apparently, they're going to also show the home of the engineers in this unmissable series. Xenomorphs breach
yeah.
the Earth, and the perfect organism meets a planet of superhumans. But who will be the first to fall? Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, are they actually going to be a bit daring with this, or are they going to play it incredibly safe?
Go
Well,
to the next paragraph there.
if they... Oh, this one?
You go back. Oh, wait. Yeah, one more. There. Probably one of the coolest things about the project is how we found really fun ways to Avengerize aliens and alien up Avengers.
Oh, God.
Well, no, it makes sense because, in 3, they had the dog alien. So, yeah, this makes sense. Now we have Avenger aliens.
Yeah.
Really turned out
So
to be a
is
chocolate and peanut butter situation.
they gonna put a face hugger on Carol Danvers?
I mean, you'd have to,
Ace.
right? A couple of these people would have to fall. We'd have to see some cool xenomorphs come out of this. Like, I would like to see, like, I don't know, like Tony Stark get hit with a face hugger and somehow the xenomorph comes out with some nanotech on him or something with an armor suit like Iron Man. I don't know.
He's got the mask, though. They can't get to him. But, we can sacrifice Hawkeye. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, an alien shooting bows and arrows, or
Oh, a Hulk alien. Now that would be interesting.
a Halian.
Ooh, that would be actually quite amazing. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see
Yeah,
a Hulk
and you know that
How the fuck do you
Hulkness,
stop
you know,
that?
just the blood just does the right sort of thing. You can end up with Hulkness.
Oh, your boba tea just arrived.
I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Hey, can
I'll
we
let you guys know.
sacrifice Kevin Feige?
Oh, no.
Wow,
Just
that's
sacrifice Kitty.
that's this is all you can only catch this on the Sunday wrap up, guys. Falling
Yeah.
backgrounds.
In the realm of Marvel and anime lore, there's a guru whose knowledge we adore. With a mind
Pretend it was the cat.
sharp as a knife into the seas, war and the sage of life. From Spider-Man's web slinging to Goku's fight, he knows
I turned into a man.
every fight.
Thank you.
In the world of online gaming, he's the king.
Well, we gotta
Pay no
sneak,
attention to that man behind the curtain.
we gotta sneak peeks of those shorts and those crazy legs for this.
Hi.
And we got Warren's theme song playing.
Very nice.
Yeah, Warren,
Incest.
you got a vibe going here.
Like, it's such a great song, and then you hear the word incest.
That was not the word.
That was not-
Thank you for that not being the word.
Encyclopedic mind in the worlds of fiction. He's one of a kind. From MMORPGs to mobiles galore. He's the one.
Is that a burrito?
It's sandwich. I didn't order it. My husband did, but now I'll eat it anyway.
Do you guys ever leave the apartment, or is everything
We
delivered?
did. We left earlier.
Couldn't get the medication delivered. There are some things you must come in person for. Please,
Yeah.
come down.
It's controlled medicine. And they didn't have it, so all of that for nothing.
And digital streams. There's a voice that rings.
Yay!
Dreams with a mic in hand and ideas.
I think this really
so witty.
captures me,
Enter
right?
the stage, that Dawn Kitty. From
I mean-
cozy chats to deep
I
insights.
mean, so wholesome, right?
Every
That's what you think of.
episode,
It
a
is.
new
It's
Disney
super
princess
wholesome.
over here.
navigating topics far and wide with that Dawn Kitty. Take the ride.
It's really epic.
That's our kitty, the podcaster supreme, guiding us through the perpetual stream. With every word a spark of delight in the realm of podcast shining bright.
Really?
Friends and fun and great poupée.
That song is so hot, there's a fire alarm.
That dawn kitty with curiosity aflame. Brings
Okay.
us to life, never the same.
Never the same, although repeatedly.
Though in between. That dawn kitty, the podcasting queen, with a loyal audience by your side.
Loyal audience.
She takes us on a
Come on, everybody.
podcasting joyride.
Is it a joyride? I don't think so.
That's our kitty, the podcaster supreme, guiding us through the perpetual stream.
Okay.
Do you know how much it cost me to get ABBA to do this?
I think it's very on brand. It works.
It needs to be added to the to your intro. So if somebody can clip that out and use it, that would be awesome.
Especially when I'm looking my best.
Oh yeah, looking your best and eating a sandwich. That's the perfect time to
Yeah.
have the bridge come out and big
Exactly.
and bright and
I
bold.
approve. It's
Yeah,
not
it-
McDonald's, so I approve.
Oh yeah.
What's in it?
Chicken, avo, pesto. So there'll be pesto in my teeth, which is also another thing that would be good for my intro.
But is it real?
Yes, it's real.
You know that
Impossible chicken.
that music, as beautiful as it was completely generated by AI and was not real at all. So it's getting harder and harder to tell what is real and what is not real, especially when
I love a segue.
Netflix uses AI in
Beautiful.
a documentary. It's almost
When?
like somebody planned it that way, isn't it?
What happened?
Wow.
Where?
Let's see.
Just, the mastermind here, setting all the puzzle pieces in order. Wow. That is awesome, sir. Did you happen to see this documentary by any chance?
I don't pay for the Netflix, so no, I do not.
Sadly, they've got their hooks in me. I did happen to watch this documentary, which is weird because it had really kind of set the internet ablaze a few years ago with the actual what do you call that? The police interrogation footage. I think they did it under, was it JCS criminal? I can't remember which one, but one of those big ones that kind of goes through crime stories. They had the entire interrogation and her whole breaking thing. So I was familiar with the story, but Netflix took a lot of liberties with how they kind of told this story. But I had no clue that they did it with this. This was news to me after I saw it, and it kind of soured the way that I felt about the entire doc. But interesting. I guess I just didn't see why they needed these. But
Yeah, so it wasn't necessary. The story was sensational enough.
Yeah.
if they had just stuck with the interrogation, it would have been way too sensational. There's a reason why it went viral.
I guess that's what I didn't get either about why they were doing this stuff photos. You saw the I haven't seen the documentary. So with you seeing it, Gray, were these photos used to make her seem different than she was, or make her seem like she was a good person and then just snapped and wanted to kill her parents?
They did the opposite. So they're trying to show that she's not a good person. So they tried to use these photos to show what she was doing in the meantime. But she was busy partying. So this is showing her having a good time and partying.
After she commits murders.
Yeah. After these crimes have happened. So they're trying to get you not on her side to see her as unhinged or some criminal mastermind.
So they really
I just
needed
don't know why they did
AI
that.
peace signs onto a photo?
Yeah. Well, they're
Did it
showing that
feel
she's
that
having
way?
a good time at a party there.
I think the smile
It's-
would convey that enough. I don't need peace signs. Right? What did her
I
hands
didn't
look
think
like
to
before
look that
she's-
close at the hands, but
Yeah,
wow.
she's missing fingers. What is going on here?
I totally
this is-
missed it.
Here's the
flashies on
thing
the in the
about
dock.
here's the thing about AI. What they wind up doing with the AI is kind of guessing what something should be like. Okay,
It's a prediction
so
machine, yeah.
yeah, they take information, they put it all together, and then they kind of spew out what seems like the most rational thing. And it's not saying, okay, this is a hand, I need to draw a hand. A hand has four fingers. No, it's the general shape, it's the general idea, and it's kind of the way foreigners hear English.
Pakistan Patan. Today we have to the border in Afghanistan. We near have to the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after the people 35 wanted to blocking.
I mean, he's not wrong.
So in that sense, this sort of sounds like what it's supposed to be, but it's not exactly what it is. It's not a real hand, but it's in the shape of what it.
She
What's
can
that?
only bend the top. She's only got one little crease at the top. So she
Yeah.
can only bend. She doesn't have this bend. She's only got one bend.
It's like
So she was
two.
forced to do the peace sign.
Yeah, and that's really an exclamation of
That's two
pain on her
bunnies.
face. So that's that's her screaming in pain,
Why did
showing
she?
her lots of fingers.
Why did she kill her parents?
Because her fingers hurt.
Reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, look what they did to her hands.
Well, is that what she looks like? And that's what the AI decided to conjure up?
This is what the
Yeah, and
AI
I mean,
thought
like-
she looked like smiling.
It's
Go
a
ahead, Greg.
crazy story anyway. Like, it's kind of the classic type of story where, she's been lying and like all of her lies kind of come together and culminate. She'd pretended that she was going to college for like 4 years. She was not. A whole bunch of stuff. And like every one of her lies kind of came together. So she was in a desperate spot and she saw it as a possible solution to get out of her lies. But, yeah, it's crazy enough. They didn't have to do that, but fair enough.
Apparently, there's something wrong with her teeth in this picture. Gesundheit.
What Jennifer did, Jennifer Pan, I guess her name is. We know her name now.
Yes, it's Jennifer.
Pan.
So, should they? They didn't mention that any of that was AI initially, and eventually wound up putting it in there and having some people write articles about how these photos were AI assisted.
Yeah. It seems really underhanded in this particular case, but I think there's a couple other movies that are, a couple of movies that are getting kind of dragged for having AI elements. I know Late Night with the Devil, they apparently have some kind of interstitial where like they're coming back from commercial and then they've got like this kind of 70s looking just picture, like cartoon image on the screen. Apparently they're getting blasted for using 3 AI generated images for that. And then same thing with Civil War. In their kind of posters, they have 3 different images as well that are AI generated. I don't know. Do you think AI should be off limits for movies or should it be disclosed?
Well, we don't know if it was disclosed to the producers by the people who generated the pictures. We don't know that those graphics were done in-house or if they hired it out to special effects or some graphics people, and they wound up, saying, yeah, it's kind of like when you go to somebody to do a website for you, and then they use one of the thousands of pre-made website templates that they bought from Streamforest or whatever, and then charge you thousands of dollars for something they paid $80 for 1 billion of them. It's kind of dishonest in that way. It could be, or it could be that they said, you know what, we're just gonna not hire anybody and have a PA do it. Hey, Pops.
I think
Good
maybe.
to see you.
Pops.
Hello.
If you want a link, let me know. We'll be glad to have you in your wisdom.
At the least, it should be better and not that easy to detect. Because if everyone is doing it and everyone is doing it, we can at least expect, we want quality from these things. So at least make sure that it's the highest quality AI.
And that seems to be the issue, really, is that nobody in the pipeline caught any of the mistakes that were noticed by the general population to be able to say, hey, it is AI. Great.
I was just wondering, like, I'm of kind of two minds on this, because if they're using crappier AI, then at least the image is fake. Where if they're using like really good AI, I don't know.
What is
Isn't that
real?
also
Yeah.
misleading? Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It should.
would
It
you?
should say.
It kind of feels like you should disclose that, but
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
You know, like in,
I would-
crime stuff. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
In crime stuff where they go recreation. You know, like they put like a little, they're like dramatization,
That would be nice.
something like that. Like
Yeah.
just put a little thing that enhanced or AI used. You know, something like that. But obviously that takes you out of the story because then you're like, well, what did they change about it? So
It
Yeah,
feels
but
like in a doc, that's the least they could do.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be like a true version of the story. But what about like Late Night with the Devil? So it's kind
Yeah.
of supposed to be like a late night talk show, and then they've got like those stills of like, coming back like tonight on whatever. So they've got like a picture of it, like an AI generated owl.
Yeah.
Would that have to have disclosure as well, like on the screen, like this is an AI generated image? Because wouldn't that take you out of like every film?
Well, that'd take you right out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
How many times
So-
have you seen on any kind of documentary or docudrama or whatever it is, where you see the little disclosure right on the top that says reenactment?
Mm. But it's okay,
Because-
it's a reenactment. You're like, I know the
Yeah.
crime wasn't literally filmed in HD and whatever. Like, I'm okay with that.
But you would
it
have had
also-
an idea if they'd have shown those pictures up of her partying, and it said reenactment.
Yes, something like
because
that.
it's like, oh, okay,
dishonest.
well, it makes
In a
sense.
documentary, I think in a documentary context, the whole idea is right. Like you say, great. It's got to be the truth. That's what we're watching it for. Like, well, at least giving us some sort of version of the truth. And it seems like the story itself, or the actual real life story, was sensational enough. I don't know why we need to go and add creepy fingers and things to it.
Exactly. And I would ask what the picture really looked like before, if it, the
Yeah.
AI tampered with it, because, like, again, for a true a crime documentary, I think it's kind of touching like a morally gray area here with that, because it opens the door for a lot of manipulation in any sort of reality or true crime documentary TV styles, to the point where most people aren't going to know if this is real or if it's fake or if it's an enhancement from AI or what. As far as like Late Night with the Devil is concerned, I mean, I myself, I was under the impression that it was like a smaller budget movie. So I can sort of understand saving some money there, maybe, if that was the
It wasn't
case.
like effects. It literally was that like coming back from commercial type deal where it's
well-
like it looks like an old.
I mean, I will say I think they kind of used more than they claimed in it.
They
also-
might. What they're getting dragged for is specifically 3 images, supposedly.
Yeah, well, they
But-
also used it for like the backgrounds and everything, and also some of the demon voices. It sounds AI. I'm sorry.
I mean,
It
again,
could be.
yeah.
I know one of the guys
But-
that I was reviewing it with was saying
No
that he thought the
way.
voice was AI, and it was
voices.
and it was Michael Ironside who did the voiceover, and he was just convinced that that's an AI voice. And it's like, no, that's Michael Ironside. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's Michael Ironside.
Yeah, Michael
He was
Ironside.
credited in everything, so it's.
Yes, go ahead,
it has-
Warren.
I would assume it has to be him.
I think you can use the AI, but you need an artist or someone to go over the photos like very deep. Like, first, if you're the fact that regular people could point out that there was something wrong means that they didn't even decide to look this over. So if you're gonna do this stuff, you should have people look it over. Whoever does Photoshop or whatever, or the graphics people, because I mean, they can easily edit it and make it much better, and go from there instead of. So
Yeah, just stick it in there and just we're good. Fine, looks good enough.
yeah, they didn't check it. I mean, if they checked it, I guarantee you they're not in this mess. But they saving money and it's cheap. So
Yeah, but it's like Washington. There's no oversight.
That's what I mean. Isn't the point of using AI not to pay somebody to do that work?
No,
No.
yeah, I'm okay with them not paying someone to do the work, but just to have someone
Do it right.
touch it up is not going to be as expensive either.
Or even click regenerate with better
Well, you'd have to
fingers.
pay somebody to do that, to touch it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, but
It
it's
defeats the
cheap.
purpose of saving the money.
But it's cheaper than
And the whole
doing it
ass design.
doing it from scratch. You know that. I know that. If the let's just take for example, if you decided to fix your pipe underneath your sink and it's 80% done and then the plumber just does 20%, he's gonna only charge you instead of 150, maybe $80. That's still you're still saving money. Now,
So you haven't met my plumber, but
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not how plumbing hours are built, sir. They still charge you for the time worked, not for how much work they have to do.
The guy who changes your spark plugs across the street costs a whole lot less than taking it to a shop. And I
Yes.
think that's the difference that Warren is talking about, because you're going to have that same difference in quality. $600 because you paid $200 in labor and parts and stuff like that, versus I'm going to run down to the O'Reilly's and pick up $12 worth of spark plugs and just hand it to this guy with a case of beer. There's no oversight, there's no quality control, and really you don't know exactly what you're getting until you drive the car. And in this case, you have this two-fingered claw woman accused of murder that passed by all of the editors, all of the screeners, all of the visual effects. Those pictures actually got they had to get edited, they had to get put in place, they had to be color corrected, they had to do all these things, and those two fingers still made it into the final documentation without somebody saying this might have been done by a computer thinking this is fun. So they're either passing it off as real, or they're disingenuous on how quality they think their products are. And everybody who subscribes to Netflix essentially paid for this lack of quality that wound up on the screen. Cole?
Yeah, AI evil.
That's it.
Riveting.
Yeah,
Would you care to expand on that, Cole?
Yeah. Okay. Look, I wouldn't really care much about AI. Again, if it just looked good, it's just it looks like shit majority of the time. And the most baffling thing is that it's mostly besides Late Night with the Devil, it's all these big studios doing it, and with the most minor things that they could easily just pay somebody fucking very small amount to do, and that will make it look 1,000 times better. So that's
Again,
just,
we don't know that they didn't pay somebody a whole lot, because the intro to the Secret Invasion on Disney Plus through Marvel was actually done by a studio that does titles, and they actually paid this studio to do these titles that were definitely AI for the Disney Plus program that had the exact same quality all through the entire series.
And A24's highest budget film ever, Civil War, the first one to be released in IMAX. The posters for it, they were all done with AI. Like, a bunch of people pointed out, okay, this thing that's supposed to be like a swan boat, it's actually just a swan that's 8 feet tall.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and then okay, this thing that's supposed to be Vegas, it has the entire cityscape completely wrong. The one that's supposed to be, I can't remember what other city it was, but they again put these buildings that are supposed to be right next to each other very far apart. I think it was Chicago, but then I was thinking I was wrong.
Yes,
on that.
No, I think it is Chicago.
I'd have to think those were paid
right
for.
Next to each other.
Yes, yeah, thank you. The sisters or whatever they're
called.
Yeah, it's interesting because this was their highest budget film ever, so I'm assuming they put money into these posters, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe that's where they thought they could save a buck, though.
I mean, can't you?
True.
I mean, that's to me, it's got to either be it's either greed or laziness. It's really I think the only thing that really it comes down to with studios and anybody really using this for shit like this, for shit that's simple or stuff that used to be cool. I mean, posters back in the day, especially movie posters, A lot of them used to be like, almost like impressionistic, really, which is kind of what AI is in a sense. But
Well, a lot of
it's
people
not
kind
the
of
same
compare
way.
this to Escape from New York, where they have like it's obviously the wrong size Statue of Liberty head in the middle of the street,
Sure.
but somebody hand drew that. Like they've definitely made it stylized. Where
Yeah.
these, I don't know if they're necessarily stylized. It's just the computer deciding this is what Vegas's landscape should look like. This is what
It
Chicago's
looks close
cityscape
enough.
should.
I had
That's
no
what it does.
idea we were circling a white dwarf. That is a huge sun.
Yeah.
Coming up on the wrong
It's stylized.
side.
This looks
Is
like
it-
some Apocalypse Now thing. What?
Yeah,
I mean, but again,
You're not the
it's
first
kinda
one to
like
make
what
that
Gray was
comparison.
saying with Escape to New York, though. I mean,
Mm.
the size of the Statue of Liberty's head is wrong. That scene really isn't in the movie at all. Ever.
Look at the size of this barbed wire. It dwarfs these helicopters.
It's perspective.
Oh, wait, that's a flag.
Yeah.
I see what they did there.
Very clever. But what is circled on this, the one there with the Lady Liberty?
No, that's not it.
Wow, that
This
guy's
one
a
right
real
here.
threat.
Sorry, the one that's to the right of this one.
This one?
That one there, yeah. Somebody circled something of the sniper person on the left-hand side.
On this side?
Yeah.
This side? I wish I can.
No, in some other picture that was there.
Zoom and enhance.
Look at that. The picture's not getting any bigger.
No,
Enhance.
Twitter zooming is
Oh,
stupid. You have
I
to
can
open
tell you
the
what's wrong
image
with that
in a
gun.
separate tab.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
can tell you
what
right
did I
now.
do?
The sniper on the left is not a sniper because he's using iron sights. So hopefully, whoever he's shooting at is like 4 feet away. Whereas
did
the
you
guy
just
on the right
search
has a
for
nice
them?
scope on his gun. The guy on the left does not.
Whereas normies would be like, oh, it's a long thing, so it's a sniper. Yeah.
Bob, that's
And
why
his
you always
barrel
get to
looks-
carry the gun.
Yeah, and his barrel looks very weird too. Looks like he's got like a
Yeah.
looks like a 6-inch silencer on like a 4-inch barrel.
Suppressor of some kind for no
That's
reason.
what she said.
But fair enough.
Actually looks like a shotgun too. So I don't know. So yeah, that's horrible. Actually,
Hey, it's a gun.
real shit.
There
He's
you
just
go.
there to protect against the birds.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. Can we expect any better from A24? Come on.
Yes.
Hey, this is their first IMAX release, okay?
Are you
getting
promoting
into the
them?
big
You,
games now.
you said that like 6 times so far. This is
Yes. It's the best studio. They need promotion.
Yeah, look, I mean, what makes me nervous about it is I used to think like A24 to me was like they are like right now one of the only studios that'll make like a low to mid budget movie really for like wide release, where every other studio, has to be 100 million plus. They're okay with spending 20, 50, million on a movie and that be it. And still getting like decent quality out of the product.
Yeah.
So, it makes me nervous a little bit to see them, this is their first big budget release and they're going down this route to where they're going to AI posters and they're just going to be absolute schlocky shit.
Well, they had to save
I-
money somewhere.
well, I
Yeah,
mean,
IMAX ain't cheap.
No,
Well,
you're right.
well, I was gonna say, Bob. Let's look at it from devil's advocate, right? Marketing and advertising is a lot of money, and if they're trying to cut costs, and I'm not agreeing with it, I'm just playing on the other side of it.
Sure.
You're not saying to someone after you've seen a movie, man, that poster was killing. Man, I'm gonna get that poster and put it in my wall.
I mean, Jaded would, but
Stop it. Anywho, like you're not. No one here. You get what I'm saying, Bob? Nobody here is going out and going buying these posters. So they're gonna see them and then forget about them because they're gonna go watch the movie. Like that's their thinking too. So they're like, it is what it is. What has come out now? Is it good? No, and I agree with you. But that's their logic. Nobody's.
I get that, and I think that's fine to a degree. But at the same time, you're going to have people who pass by your posters who I don't know live in Chicago and Las Vegas and look at them and go, "What the fuck is this? Like, why is the geography changed? Why in the distance of the Vegas poster is there a complete different casino skyline of like, I don't know, anywhere else that has casinos? Like it just.
I just wanted
off-putting.
to. I just wanted to share this because of the tape. I don't know where somebody
Even
saw
that
this.
seems AI'd.
That's just funny.
But
Like, that's why I wanted
she's
to
got the
share it.
right number of fingers, so that's okay.
Aye. Yeah.
But let's
Thank
talk
you.
about how many sandbags they've got up there in that bunker.
Oh God.
Yeah, they don't seem securely stacked there. And how?
I guess I get the idea. Very well done. Like, ooh, you see, it's the Liberty, the torch, and they're fighting in the torch, i.e., Civil War. But
why did they bunker? Why did they sandbag the torch?
You know,
but not where they're
sandbags.
at. See, they're you can see up on the top of that where they've got this railing that guy is on the outside of, but the other guy's on the inside of. No, wait, their guns.
Yeah.
Their guns are on the inside, but they are on the outside. And they are sitting on top of the place where they're going to be sitting, and all of these sandbags are underneath them.
Are sandbags known to stop sniper fire? I'm just wondering.
They're worried about the flood.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. They are
The
like
Statue of
100
Liberty's in
feet up.
Dubai,
So.
after all.
Yeah.
But look, his head over here on the left-hand side, his head is on the outside of the railing that is obviously going around in front of his gun.
oh wow, look at the line. Look at that.
So, again, we have no quality control happening here.
Like I can hear this.
I go ahead, Kitty. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like I can hear the gun hitting against here.
Patink, patink, patink.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Bob. It's lazy. It's not good. But you know, if they can save in marketing and advertising a few million, they're like, okay, who cares? Because like I said, nobody's going to the comic to like a Amazon or any sort of store and be like, hey, you know, can I get all the A24 posters that were out?
Wait,
I would.
Stay right there for a second, Kitty. Stay right there for a second, Kitty, because I need to make sure you understand the orders that were given. Don't let them take that flame, no matter what you do.
Yeah, I'm taking all those A24 posters, all right?
Based.
That's the flame of liberty, fellas.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
keep
know.
it alive.
When I was younger, I used to collect movie posters. You know,
Yeah.
because there were really good movie posters out there. You know,
Yeah.
I used to have God, man, I can remember like the first time I watched The Crow, and then I went out and I got like, it's like a scale poster of him towards the end scene where he's walking into the church and pushes open the doors. That was the greatest poster ever. No AI needed, just a picture. Again, Escape from New York is a great poster, hand drawn.
Here's the
we
thing,
don't get
though.
that anymore with movies.
Here's the thing about the poster and the argument that it would have cost more to Photoshop it. Whatever it took to generate the image, somebody had to come in and add the text. So there was an artist looking at that, centering the words in the middle, putting the A24 off to the side, making sure that, and an editor would look at it, make sure that they spelled civil right. And you know,
I hear what you're saying, but there's
so
also AI
there were people
text
looking at
generating programs now. Like there's ones that specialize just in text and font, and like you can kind of keep regenerating whatever you want, and it'll kind of redesign it for you. I don't know if they're going that hardcore on the images where all of these seem to be AI. Do we know that somebody actually put the text on there, or that it is an AI as well?
You know, I'm going to have to say yes. Somebody did look at that, and somebody did center it off, and somebody did make sure of that. Otherwise, it would have spent forever hitting reprompt.
Well, I would also ask the question is if we really know that an artist actually sat down and made these prompts in a computer to generate this picture, and not just some unpaid intern who's having a real shitty day and just wanted to be out
Like,
after a
I'm just getting the shit
13-hour
done.
workday.
Yeah.
I can tell you that the tape and the poster are probably not part of the original idea, and that was probably a green screen right there that you're supposed to put something in front of or in back of.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 separate layers here initially to create this poster. 1 is the border, 2 is the image, and 3 would be the text. So someone's got to put all this together, because there's absolutely no way that you could prompt this into life and be that.
if Andrew was here to be like, challenge accepted. Just gonna go into it.
Andrew, if you're out there, the challenge is out there. The Civil War poster, can you recreate it with AI and prompts? Mid Journey is acceptable. Whatever programs you use, give it a go, and let's see if we can be done.
I'm sure
Including
we would
alt
be putting
text.
more into it than they seem to have.
And then Pops will shoot a rocket at it.
The only reason I shared this was because of the tape. But when you zoom out, you're like, that's all you're supposed to see. Okay, you're not supposed to look at it too closely. That's the whole idea. Just okay, cool. Just see Civil War, go to the movie. That's it. But then, you're not going to want to frame this, because then you're gonna have someone in your house going, you know what? You just it's not worth it. Don't dig it. Hello?
Gotta love the dead air.
Yeah, you guys let that sink in for me.
Yeah, these posters.
Well, it
are
was
getting out
hard
of
hitting.
hand.
We had to truly take it
You
in.
needed it. Was a dramatic pause.
You want a dramatic pause?
What is this now that we're looking at?
Vic, you want to tell me why you sold all of our stock? Sorry.
Cheers, Gray.
Gotta say, it's a powerful song.
Let's talk about the Transformers 1 trailer, Gray. Have you seen it?
Unfortunately, I have. I was not impressed. I was expecting a little bit more, but yeah, another Transformers. I don't know. It might be better than the Michael Bay ones. We'll see.
And they've got a little bit of a reboot happening there, using different voices. And before they became Transformers, they can't yet transform. So they don't have the ability, and they're basically working in sanitation. It's kind of a buddy cop theme with Optimus Prime and Megatron hanging out together as best buds before they become bitter enemies. How the bromance broke up, if you will. Bob, you got some thoughts on that?
Yeah, I can't wait to not watch this. This is definitely going to be a movie I'm skipping. That trailer was, it was just dog shit. I would almost accuse that trailer and all that animation of being AI because it looks so shitty. The faces that they put on these on Megatron and Optimus, I don't know, they look disgusting, and it's just I don't know. There's nothing fun about it. They look, but what? Where
they had blow-ups.
Is this supposed to be like a prequel to the Bayverse of Transformers? Is this its own separate thing?
I have
if
no
this
idea.
is supposed to be like Bayverse, like their faces don't look like that at all, ever.
Well, they transform their faces later.
They do get older. This is an origin story. It literally said it in the trailer.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't give a shit about the origin between Megatron and fucking Optimus Prime. I go to Transformers and I watch Transformers as a kid to see, the Autobots go up against the Decepticons.
And then they try to get you to buy the toys because that's all it's made for.
Yeah, that's all those were half-hour toy commercials. That's fine, but they were still entertaining. And again, it was just robots fighting. Even now as an adult, I don't need to know why or how they lost their fucking friendship. Who gives a shit, really? If you're not I don't know, 10 years old, I really I don't know. If you're going to see this, I'm sorry for you.
No, they look bad.
Cue up the. This is an animated movie. I do not know. Okay, this is an animated movie, right? I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, this. I saw the fighting. It's a buddy cop. It's supposed to be funny. Michael Bay movies are mostly action and serious. This is a different take. I'll give it a shot. It's something different. This is.
Look at that.
That's what they look like though most of the time. That's a younger. These are younger versions of them. Like, what do you expect them to be like? 40, and then when we see them in the movies, they're 80. Like,
No, I mean, I don't know. They're
They're
fucking
just weird.
robots. Do they really need to age? Do they need to be de-aged? Do I need to see younger robots? Do I
Yeah, but
care?
But they're not just robots. They're more than meets the eye.
I think it
I
would have
know
been
they
better
make a point to
accepted
say that in the fucking trailer too.
Yeah, I just wish this was hand drawn.
if maybe Will Smith and Kevin Hart were doing the voices, it might have
No.
made sense for what they were doing because it seems like their type of buddy cop movie. But I think Bob nailed it on the head. If you're not 10 years old, you're not going to get it. And as we've learned with the dismissal of Mr. McMahon, if you will, that sometimes the old thinking and the old way of doing things need to be retired and a new way of doing business needs to be done. And Hasbro needs to sell toys. They're a toy company, and they need to reach out to a younger generation that no longer enjoys the 2D animation that Cole strives to hear and see, or Bob enjoys.
Yeah,
So
but what no longer enjoys, I never get that. Like, people think hand-drawn animation is, like, outdated now. Like, I'm so confused.
yeah, well, yes, you are.
They're going to
You're
have
just-
movable
you're-
lips. Look at them.
You're yelling at clouds, old man.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll continue to.
So this is made, I think, for a brand new generation of people that have not seen the old stuff that their parents watched, because and I run into this as an owner of children. When you try to introduce
An
them to
owner,
the classic things,
are you a slave owner?
I
Yeah,
pay
you got
for everything.
got a good deal, for the family package.
I pay for everything. They're mine. So, but the point is that they're not interested in the things that we have. They're not interested in watching the old things and the old ways of doing things. They want to see the new way of doing things. As a matter of fact, the kids on TikTok have just discovered something brand new that nobody else has ever seen before, and a new way of doing things that has never been done before. They now go out and they share this on the TikTok, where you buy a soda without ice
Whoa.
and a cone of ice cream from the McDonald's, and they dip the cone into the soda.
It's almost like a float.
It's amazing to them that this new discovery,
Oh,
Wow.
Don't-
made it up on the
They're
spot.
geniuses.
I can't.
They're
I could
geniuses.
go on for a fucking hour about this. Like, this is the society we live in nowadays. And,
Yeah,
you
because
know,
we're getting old, Bob. That's the thing.
getting old.
No,
Like, no,
God
just because
dang it.
we're getting old doesn't mean that everything that we went through and experienced didn't happen.
I didn't
You
say
can't
that.
just erase history.
I
But
didn't
apparently
say that
that's what
either.
these. No, I know, but apparently that's what these people are doing. You've never
These
heard of a
people.
fucking float in your life, and now you stick your ice cream cone in your McDonald's Coke
Okay.
and think you've invented some new cool thing. Get
Bob,
out of here! I
Wait,
can't
people
handle
actually
this
do
time.
that on TikTok? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let me give you an example, right?
Everybody's so
Ugh.
creative.
I mentioned to somebody, I think it was like a kid, do you know what Beetleborgs were? And they just looked at me like I was crazy.
How do they not know the Beetleborgs?
you know what I mean? Like, people don't. People just. They're just. They don't want to look it up. They don't know about it. Their parents don't tell them about it.
Well, no, if
Yeah,
it's not on
it's
TikTok,
not
it doesn't
familiar with-
fucking exist, Warren.
If they're not familiar with Beetleborgs, do they even know about the Jay Leno ghost?
Nope, they don't know anything. Apparently, never heard of a
I
fucking
don't know
float.
any of that.
No, I mean,
I'm-
I agree. I can hear your frustration. and
We
I
brought
understand.
out the guy.
Oh, there's the true relic right here.
I would assume he would agree. That this is
I
just
believe the
happening.
term Warren is OG.
I believe it's called ancient.
I believe the term is called OG.
Oh goodness, it's the old people.
Oh, good.
Yes, dinosaurs. I'm firmly
Listen.
aware.
So Jaded, how do you feel about the Transformers 1 trailer?
I don't know what the big deal is. It's like, oh my, it would be like watching watching the latest Ninja Turtles trailer that's animated and going, you know what? That's not what the Ninja Turtles are all about. I really don't understand the issue. It's geared towards kids. It's the Transformers.
Thank you. That's what
I really
agree.
But it still looks like shit, even for kids.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
again, I'm not
What
arguing
do
that.
kids know anyway?
Apparently nothing, Kitty. They don't even know
They
how to
don't know
make a
about
float.
floats.
Again, it's the idea that it's. I mean, I think they're comparing it to the first one, like the first animated one, because it had such a very serious tone to it. But okay, so do all Transformers animated movies have to be? Does somebody always have to die in a Transformers movie now? Is that what it means?
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Hey, that's what, and I know this is a rare occurrence. I actually agree with Jaded here. This is not.
I'm sorry. I just think we have to figure out something to bitch about so that we can make videos and get views. So let's figure out something to bitch about.
No, but I mean, this is coming from a studio that's already about to go under.
Okay.
And, like, their hope is that we can get the fucking TikTards out there to make 30-second videos about our movie. You know, we can get them all to show up in suits for our fucking, like, what I don't understand here is, I get it that it's not for me, it's not for my generation, fine. But people in my generation are the ones who are bringing the fucking kids to see this movie. So in some way, shape, or form, you have to keep us entertained too, because it's our dollar we're spending. None of the kids that this movie is for have money to spend.
Okay, but the Renaissance Disney movies, they did that. They were all geared for the adults. They were all geared for the kids. But there were little scenes or little there were like little dialogue that was meant for the adults to get.
Sure.
So why can't, not that I'm comparing in any way, shape, or form Transformers 1 with the Disney Renaissance movies, but I'm saying since the Disney Renaissance movies did that, why can't the Transformers 1 do that?
Well, I think.
Are you gonna go? Are you think any parent during the Disney Renaissance went, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch this. It's not for me."
Well, I'll be honest. I think it's because the Disney movies are something that a lot of people still watch even as adults. I can't really say.
Nobody knew that going in, though. Nobody knew how good they were going to be going in. Nobody knew that, Finding Nemo was going to be watched. I mean, like The Little Mermaid. Who knew going in that Lion King was going to be that good?
Yeah. Well.
Who knew going in?
Wait. Do you mean the animated or the live action?
The anime. I said Disney Renaissance, not Disney. The other one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nobody knew going in that everybody was going to be amazed by the Lion King.
I would disagree with you there. 100% I would disagree. You're talking about Disney at a time where they made nothing but quality. It's not like Disney now where you could throw a fucking dart and probably just they let out a wet fart because they have no quality control over there and they're just pushing shit out. So you're talking about movies like the animated Lion King. People saw that because you had Elton John in the fucking soundtrack. People were going to flock to that. That puts a level of quality there.
But you're not okay. You just outed yourself. You just said that they went to go see the movie not because of the quality, not because of the animation, but because Elton John's doing the soundtrack. Come on.
You missed what I said. I'll say it again. People went to that movie because at that time Disney was putting out nothing but quality. That was good quality family entertainment. You could go and take your whole family to a Disney movie and have a good experience during that time, especially in the 90s.
And why can't you do that with Transformers 1?
Because Transformers has had a shit resume recently.
Yeah.
Not recently, since its beginning.
Here's an old guy. Have you not seen the Disney movies from the 70s? They were shit.
Oh yeah, there were some shit. But for the most part, their resume was good.
So don't tell me that the people went into the first Disney Renaissance movie and went, "Oh yeah, this is going to be amazing," because we just started.
There was some trust there, though. With Transformers, they lost.
This is nothing like the Black Cauldron.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The Black Cauldron, that was amazing. Come on. You got to give the movie. I hate to say this, but Jesus Christ, at least watch the movie before you're going to piss on it. How's that?
No, why would I do that? Why would I give this failing studio any money when you know that this is literally, they're pushing this out, like everybody has said here, because they need money, and Hasbro needs money, and Paramount needs a shit ton of money.
So then you're not watching Deadpool 3 then. You're not watching Deadpool 3. Because that studio...
Is Paramount making that?
Huh?
Is Paramount making that?
No, but is Sony doing well? No, Sony's not doing well. So because the
Sony's
studio...
trying to buy Paramount, they're doing better.
Okay, Sony's track record for comic book movies
is shit.
Okay, so then you're not watching Deadpool 3.
Maybe not. I don't know.
If you're
you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm on the fence about Deadpool 3. From the trailers itself, it looks completely different, and it has that glossy MCU fucking look to it, which I don't appreciate because all their movies look the same compared to the first Deadpool movies. No, they didn't.
This is the most natural segue that has ever happened, and I had nothing to do with it.
That's why That's why I kept bringing up Paramount. I knew this was on the docket.
Masterful.
I mean, I wanted to say something. I think
Go ahead.
I think we as people that are getting, I mean, I had to. This is even a gaming thing, as when people are we're evolving, and henceforth things are getting old, and we're getting what we're called the old man syndrome. And I'm not saying you are. I'm saying time has gone, and now we're not looking at things objectively. We were like, well, back in my day, this was this and this was that, and it's like, again, Paramount is gearing. Like, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, let me look at it objectively. Like Jaded said, they're going for kids. They're trying to sell toys. I'm not saying Paramount is the best studio ever. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you look at it objectively, that's what they're doing. Like, and some of these kids don't even know what Transformers was. Like, some people were born later on. They don't even know. Some people actually don't even know what. Oh my God, I didn't speak.
Then you know what? Fuck them then. If you can't go back and look at shit that came before your time to know that there's a such thing as floats out there, I mean, I have no time for that.
Okay, 1 second. Here's a perfect example. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the remake. I grew up around that time, early 90s, late 80s, right? They didn't need to make that series, but they did, right? And it wasn't as good, and because they wanted a serious tone and more with the Zoomer generation, they didn't need to, but they did it. So, like, I mean, we can't stop them. We can't put a gun. We can't have terroristic threats.
We don't need to. You know what's going to happen? They're going to stop themselves because their studios are going to start closing. Like Paramount right now, who is scrambling to find a buyer and is rejecting offers because they don't think the board members don't think it's lucrative enough for them. It's not us that with the old man mentality. It's the studios with the old man mentality. These old guys who have been executives and sit on boards and make decisions and run movies by committee that think they know what the Zoomers and the TikTards of the world want, but they don't.
But every studio has done that since the beginning of the invention of cinema. No,
you don't think it's gotten worse in the last 10 years?
Not if it's gotten worse, but Bob, you're literally going as if any 12-year-old kid is going, you know what? I'm interested in a Transformers movie, but I'm not. But Mom, can you please tell me what the financial status of the studio is before I decide whether I want to watch a movie or not?
Well, no. Is a kid going to care? No, Jada. Of course, a 12-year-old kid's not going to care about that. And I get it, but when I'm not saying how does the trailer affect your reaction. I'm asking how is that going to affect the general audience? The general audience is going, oh, look, it's an animated Transformers movie. Now, you have a subsection of fanboys. Look, I could trash this movie because there's no Starscream in it. How's that? I literally that's fair.
Stupid of how they're trashing the trailer by going, this trailer sucks because there's no Starscream. Is that a legitimate complaint?
My
Why
first
not?
complaint was that the trailer looked like shit. It just looked shitty. The animation looks terrible. So I see. This is what this type of complacency and these excuses. Well, it's for kids. It's not for us. This is why studios get away with continuous shit quality, because it's acceptance like this that allows it. And the general audience, as dumb as they are, keep forking over fucking money to these idiots, and they're going, well, we got money, so I guess we'll just keep making this. People need to wake up. They need to wake up and realize we need to demand quality. It's gotten out of hand. Movie industry, video game industry, same thing. They've all chosen the same path. We're going to release rushed out, half-ass fucking products, and we're still going to make $1 billion because we have all these idiots convinced that this is quality product here.
No, hold on. There's a difference between first of all, what level of animated quality are you demanding? Give me an example. You're saying that the Transformers 1 trailer is fun because of the animation. Okay, what type of animation were you expecting it to have?
Just something that wasn't so. I don't know. I don't know if there's a certain style I'm looking for, but just something less ugly. How about that?
It's not it. That's all he said.
It's not appealing.
Again, because here's the thing: without an actual explanation, they can do any kind of animation, and if you're not liking it, you go, oh, it's shit. Well, no. I want to know what is it shit for you to give us the comparison.
But for
Because
animated
otherwise
films,
it's up in the air. Otherwise, it's an up in the air complaint where they can do anything, and you can literally just go, yeah, but I don't like it, therefore it's shit.
okay, well, for this animation style specifically, something like Titan AE might have worked. But I mean, there's many great animated films with good animation throughout the years. If you give as an example, it's just this looks like shit. The animation is just terrible in this. That's all there is to it.
I don't think the animation is like. If you compare the animation to the 2D, how they look, they actually took the 2D old 80s look and they updated it.
So, but it looks half-assed.
How does
And
it
looks
look
flat.
half-assed?
The 2D looks like it has more detail in it than this does.
Stop it!
Yeah,
Stop it!
no
Wow.
detail. The lighting looks like shit. The safe
Can we get a splicing of the side-by-side of Optimus's face from the animated show and Optimus's face from this new fucking shit?
Yeah, but Optimus was older.
Only if you use the dead Optimus suit. Only you this time. That's the best part of that movie.
The thing that and as someone who's associated with Disney, and they're only doing one movie this year, so I'm gonna say that to you because of the quality control. They're actually canceling a lot of stuff because they realize that, and I, as someone who's now associated with them, so they are trying to fix their image because they need money, and they're hearing most of the people what they said.
They're canceling a lot of stuff because they won the proxy war. They're canceling the stuff that they announced.
No. But also, I that too. I'm not disregarding that too. But a lot of the things that were slated prior, they've tucked off like at least 70% of it, more than that. That were like due past before majors got into, and they had their whole lineup set up. Point being is, Bob, the thing is that we have to. I cannot believe I'm agreeing with Jaded on this day. This is like the pigs flying and the Messiah coming out here. Like if you look at their faces and you go to that, like there's more detail in the actual trailer that we just saw than here. Come on, man! Like, are we really gonna
look at what we're looking at here? This looks beautiful.
Okay,
Optimus has no lips.
You're going along the line. You're going along the lines of. People are letting the quality of the animation and the art go down, right? Okay, you want Avatar. You want the Avatar movie.
I don't need Avatar in a Transformers movie.
You want absolutely beautiful animation, and you don't give a rat's ass if the story's good because that's not what's important.
No, I do care about the story, but you know what would take me out of a good story? Shitty animation.
Okay, so in other words. Your problem. You're going that your issue is everybody's seeing this lousy animation or those lousy special effects and just letting them get away with it. I'm the opposite. I'm seeing all of this great special effects lousy story, and I have everybody going, we don't care that the story sucks. As long as it looks pretty, we're in.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest,
Otherwise, you
That's
wouldn't.
part of the problem. This is why
okay.
quality is dipped.
Specifically, though, I think, the Transformers story has always been kind of bad because it's just there to sell toys. So at the very least, the main things that they should at least focus for, if they're going to continue with that, is the animation, action, and voice acting. And those three things from the trailer look like shit.
Hold on. The first animated, you're trying to tell me that the first animated Transformers movie didn't have a decent story?
It was decent. It still wasn't very good by any means, but it was like kind of the best it could have done for a shit property like that.
Hold on. For a movie that was literally designed to get rid of the old toys to usher in the new toy line, that was the only purpose of the Transformers animated movies in the 80s.
Yeah.
To get rid of the old toys, to go, here's the new toy line to buy them. And you're telling me, with that as a basis, that wasn't a well done story to do just that?
No, it wasn't that well done, no, but there were actually people with talent on board, so they made it work enough.
Okay, so why can't that happen with the Transformers 1 movie?
It could. We'll see. We'll wait and see. I'm just saying that with their track record.
Bob is going, no, it doesn't matter. Because he didn't like the animation of the trailer, he can now discount the movie.
Yes,
because of the studio, you can discount the movie.
Yes. Well, see, here's the difference, though, is because I am an adult and because I'm the one who would be shelling this money out. So, yeah, for me personally, shitty animation with a studio that's literally in fucking flames right now. So that tells me that when this trailer comes out, that we're desperate for a cash grab. That's what this looks like to me.
Disney, at the height of its success, was still doing cash grabs. Every studio does cash grabs.
Yes, but like, what are you talking about with Disney? Are you talking about when they now do the live actions of all animated movies that don't make any money?
Yeah. Again, hold on.
I mean, not much of a cash grab if you don't get the cash, though.
Okay, but again, it's a cash grab doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. But that's
speaking of cash grabs. Sony is going to be purchasing Paramount, right?
Well, they're looking. They're looking at it. They are talking with Apollo Global to put a possible bid. Now, there is absolutely nothing they can do about it right now because those other people. Who are those other people? The Tom Cruise people. Skydance right now has an exclusive. They're in exclusive negotiations for Paramount Global stock. Okay, and here's the deal: Paramount Global is the lady who's doing it. Okay, she's selling all of her stock plus her movie theaters to Skydance, and in return, they will get the rest of the Paramount Global stock. Okay, as well. So everything. She's trying to sell everything to Skydance. Skydance will give her money for her shares and her money for her movie theaters. But the people who have invested in Paramount Global, the stockholders, will get only stock in Skydance for their shares. And this is why they have a problem with it, and this is why they're trying to fight it in court. And they've got 30 days to figure it out. And so if it doesn't go through, then Sony's going to offer them, $26 billion in cash for all of the stock in Sony, but not her movie theaters. So she's making it hard because she has the voting majority in Paramount. But she only owns about 23% or something like that, something low.
Can I ask you a question? Who would benefit more out of this, Sony or Skydance? If
Sony, I think, would benefit more from it than Skydance would, because Skydance would be taking on a bunch of movie theaters, and you've got to wonder why for the past 2.5 years she's been trying to unload her movie theaters.
Nobody's going.
What does she? And nobody's buying them. Nobody's taking them from her. She's has not been able to sell them at all, and of course,
Are they
Paramount is
chain
losing
theaters
money.
or like her movie theater she owns? Are they like a chain?
I have no idea. I don't know exactly what's going on with those. I don't think they're AMC studios or anything like that.
Regal.
So it's not like
Or
a
Regal.
Regal. Yeah, it's nothing like that. So it's,
No.
you know,
I don't think she
Place
was
movie
able.
theater.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the podium or something like that. Who knows?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know what her studio is, but the point is that Sony is interested in picking up the IPs and all that other stuff with it. They don't want the theaters at all, and the FCC could get involved with this at some point and see if they're maybe too big. If the FCC will definitely get involved if Disney starts lobbying the FCC, because they don't want a competitor that big. But they would get 28 TV stations with it, you know.
Mhm.
So Sony would become that type of juggernaut by owning Paramount Studios, which is the third of the three, if you will. So, but that's what's going on with that, and really, with Paramount being a sinking ship and Hasbro being a sinking ship itself, they had bought a movie studio themselves, and then had to resell it because they couldn't do anything with it, and they lost a shit ton of money when they overinvested in Star Wars toys, and they were not making good Star Wars movies to sell the toys.
Yeah.
And so for them, it's a smart business move to look for a new audience, a younger audience, a less cranky audience, an audience that's willing to give up their money to go see them, unlike Bob.
Or make them give up.
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem with that, Rosales, is that they have to be willing to risk trying something new, and that's what they're not doing.
Yeah,
they're not trying something new with this. I mean,
You're saying like IPs. It's like the problem is that they keep wanting to go back to IPs that have an established audience.
The thing is, Hasbro doesn't have any other IPs. This is, they got their toys, and they need to make movies from that. And
go to the old cranky guys.
You have to do what people know if you're going to make something. The reason they go with the old IP, somebody like Paramount, is because there's an established following that they can alienate, like Bob, and there's established toys that are sold still in the toy section that kids are familiar with, even though, oh yeah, this is the stuff my dad buys. I know about these. These are the toys my dad buys and puts up on his shelf and doesn't open up. So they're familiar with it, but they don't really engage with it on an entertainment level, and they want to change that.
Well,
so there is a slight advantage in going back to the well. It's not good for people like us who've seen in the well. We've been in the well for too long, and we know all these things, and we don't want to have to start all over again.
What the hell was that?
That wasn't me.
There was another disgruntled Transformers fan. They just watched the trailer for Transformers 1.
No, somebody broke a chain.
Starscream fan watched it and realized, where the hell is Starscream?
Yeah, Starscream doesn't come till the end of the movie.
I
can help you.
I mean, I was gonna. Well, okay. So I had the question I had to ask is, so far, what has Sony in the last 7 years produced that has been a hit? Because I'm failing to see what you're saying that it's better for Sony, right? But I'm looking at Sony right now, and I can't think of a movie that was a hit.
Yeah, besides Spider-Verse.
But would you see a Venom versus Captain Kirk?
No, that's stupid.
I'll take literally anybody else buying Paramount than Sony, or almost someone else.
Yeah, like
you want A24 to buy Paramount?
No, it would be a waste of money for them. They don't need.
I don't know if they could. They
don't need it.
They can't even pay an artist to do a poster properly, so I doubt they're in the market to buy a studio.
They got the Rock to ruin them. They don't need.
Like that's why them not getting Halloween is honestly a good thing, because that's like a dead franchise at this point.
Listen, I guarantee you someone is going to go into the trash compactor, find the mask, and put it on of Michael Myers and start the series all back over again. I guarantee they'll do
Well,
that.
the thing is, if nobody buys Paramount and they go belly up, then the parts will be served up separately, which is good for everybody else. Okay. Because the people that want the movie IPs don't want necessarily the TV studios. The people that want the TV studios don't necessarily want the IPs. And nobody in their right mind wants the movie theaters that this lady's trying to, I'm not even saying her name,
Yeah.
that she's trying to bundle in with this like it's some sort of telephone bundling service,
But I had a question. Why doesn't someone like a Regal, wait, she can't offer her theaters to like a bigger chain and they just say, here, okay, like, here, take my theaters. I'll give you for a lower price, like a Regal,
She might
AMC.
be asking too much, one. That's the other thing. It's not. It may not be just that she's offering all of these movie theaters. She might be asking way too much as well.
Well, then she's stupid. No offense.
Oh yeah, or greedy.
That and
Well,
also,
she's got Paramount tied up with her movie theaters, and they have nothing to do
Yeah.
with each other. And they've been in every single offer that they've put on the plate, and they've turned down every single offer so far, or she has, because she's got the voting majority, every single offer to buy just the Paramount solely outright, to the tune of $20 billion. And that really is irking all of the stockholders who are like, wait a minute, you're turning down our money because nobody wants your theaters. And you've got the controlling majority. You don't have our interest at heart.
Yeah.
And so, eventually they will do what 20th Century Fox did and start selling stuff off to pay off the debtors. Now, Fox separated the television and the movie, and they kept the television. Now they're riding high with Tubi, okay, which is why they can't use the they switched to 20th Century and dropped Fox altogether, because Fox Television still exists, but the Fox Studios, the 20th Century Fox Studios, now goes over to Disney, but they only call it 20th Century Studios now, whenever they release, say, Predator and or Alien IP. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sure.
So if Paramount has to do the exact same things, you're going to see Skydance swoop in and put on a massive bid for the film rights, and then somebody like Byron Allen or somebody else coming in saying, "I just want BET," and buy that outright, and somebody else will come in and get just the CBS and other things, because sports. That's what they really want, is the sports aspect of it, the live sports, the deals, the contracts that they have with the NFL and things like that. Warner Brothers wanted those when they put their bid in for Fox, for Paramount, and of course the whole thing just kind of fell apart. So when the 30 days is up, whether they get it or not, whether they wind up being sued and everything comes before the FCC, it's just kind of fun to see these companies flounder like fish stuck on a beach.
Yep.
Kitty, what are your
Sucks to be them.
thoughts?
My thoughts are, the game show music is playing. That's what's good. We can play.
We can play a game. We can indeed, because I have put together some trivia. I'm going to be doing trivia videos. Matter of fact, 365 days of trivia videos are coming up. They're going to be short videos on the YouTube channel. I've done them before. I did 75 days of trivia videos. They were called Did You Know? But these are going to actually be questions with answers that are available. So we will do that. Coming up soon, we will start. I did one this week just to show everybody that trivia questions are coming back. But once we get started with 365 days, there will be one a day, every day, for 365 days of short videos on YouTube to see if we can game the algorithm. But until then, let's have a little bit of promo time. because we haven't done promo time yet. It's promo time.
Promo time.
So let's see here. Speaking of promos, DMR Hosting has got a promo going on for $4.45 a month for your business plan. Unlimited disk space, unlimited traffic, and 5 domains hosted right there and then. $4.45. With that kind of price, you cannot take advantage of this. We've got these fantastic shirts that have a 4 on them that will look amazing on you. They're available at rosalescomics.com. For copyright purposes, this is a rendering of a touchlight with the number 4 mounted on a blue wall. Get them while you can, and show people how fantastic you are. The Complete Avenger is available on globalcomics.com. It is a retro series that is done by Dick Aengers and Gardner Fox, refurbished for your viewing pleasure. The complete series is available and is for free. So go there now and read it while you can. That was promo time.
Promo time.
Hot promo time.
Oh, is it on loop? Sorry.
The latest thing.
The latest thing.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. So getting back to the trivia, we've got trivia. This is Hollywood trivia. You get one question with 3 possible answers. We'll go all the way around once we go through the questions. Everybody got it?
Got it.
Good.
See.
Our first question is, which 1955 film directed by Ray Harryhausen featured a giant monster awakened by atomic testing? Is it Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, It Came from Beneath the Sea, or 20 Million Miles to Earth? Bob, we'll start with you.
Oh, I'm stuck between Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and It Came from Beneath the Sea. But I'm going to go with option 1, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
And remember, comment section, you can chime in at any time with your guess on what the answer may be. Cole, you're up next.
I've seen bits of all these films. I don't remember the years. Who knows? They're all just from the 50s, I believe. I'll go with the first one.
The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Kitty, I know you're a sci-fi aholic.
Oh, yeah. Especially the classics. I don't know, I'm just going with the way it felt is The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I want that to be
20,000 Fathoms.
I just want that to be it.
Gray, let's dip into your expertise. Pull the hair back and get some of that knowledge from the jar.
Huh. Well, I love me some Harryhausen. I'd have to go with It Came from Beneath the Sea, but I'm not actually familiar with these 3 films.
Warren, which one of these A24 productions is your favorite?
Well, seeing that it's 1955 and it was animated so well for us old timers, I'm gonna say It Came from Beneath the Sea. Final answer. So.
Final answer. It Came from Beneath the Sea. Jaded.
He said he had to leave.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Well, he didn't leave. He muted himself.
I see. Anybody got an impersonation?
Yeah, so, I can't even be serious about it. Oh, sorry.
It was very good, yes.
Absolutely.
Very convincing.
The best.
The third answer, so we all pick one.
So, because I've been around since the beginning of time, it's 20 million miles to Earth. Final answer.
Jaded's final answer is 20 million miles to Earth. It's The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Great going. Give yourself a point.
Good guess.
You can put it as your subtitle on your own names there. You can give yourself a point if you so inclined. And the winner with the highest total will get a bozo button. So, what is the name of the Starfleet admiral who orders the decommission of the USS Enterprise in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock? Is it Admiral Kirk, Admiral Morrow, or Admiral Cartwright?
Well, if you had any of a brain, you should. This first one of the answers is already a no. If you had a brain.
Well, some of these have to be a little easier
more
than the others.
emboldened than the other.
I'm not a big Star Trek guy, but I'm gonna go with Admiral fucking Cartwright. That sounds like a piece of shit guy.
Admiral Cartwright,
Yeah.
owner of the Bonanza
haha.
farm. Cole, what do you think?
Yeah, hold on. Let me search this up.
Kitty?
No!
I'm not a big Star Trek guy. I'll just go with like the first, I guess. Although I was
Admiral
thinking
James T. Kirk?
right, just because of the name, but I'll go with the first.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm going with Cartwright.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah.
Admiral Cartwright. Gray Poupée.
Actually, no, fine. I'll go with the third. I like the name. Fuck it.
One's really bold to me, Admiral Morrow. I think it's emboldened for a reason. I'm going with Morrow.
Yeah, it's got less letters than the others, and it autofills. Warren?
Sure.
I'm gonna go with Admiral Murrow.
Admiral Murrow. And Jaded. Who is the name of the Starfleet admiral who orders the decommission of the USS Enterprise in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock?
I have no idea. Who paid attention to that? I'm going to go Admiral Morrow because it's highlighted better. I think criminal. Highlighted it higher.
It really is only bigger because it auto-filled the section. They're all supposed to be the same size.
Okay, but when in doubt,
No, we
just,
believe you.
least fewest letters wins. Okay.
And we have here, in the 1967 animated series, The Fantastic Four, what is the name of the villainous ruler of the Negative Zone?
Oh, this is easy.
Is it Galactus,
What, you
Dr.
guys?
Doom, or Annihilus? Bob the Goon? Were you listening to your dad when he told you about the Fantastic Four animated series?
No, you know what? Even my dad, he was a DC guy, never cared for Marvel at all. So neither did I. But I'll take a crack here. Negative Zone. I mean, I know who a couple of these people are.
Process of elimination.
Someone's gonna tell me I'm an asshole here, but I'm gonna go with fucking Dr. Doom.
Okay. Cole?
I just heard a groan somewhere.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'll go with Annihilus.
Okay. Kitty?
It is between Galacticus and Dr. Doom because of
Wait, can you say that one more time? Can you say that one more time?
What was the first one?
Galactica.
Galacticus. Dr. Doom.
We've got to click out Galacticus, though. The Roman...
Galactus. Sorry.
The,
Dr. Doom.
the Roman villain.
Galactus. So Dr. Doom. Sorry. Listen.
That's what I'm calling him from now on. Not the much better.
Do it.
Yes.
Your version
I'm creative. Okay. I'm creative.
Your version is much better than Stan Lee's version. They should have asked you.
The Rise of Galacticus is going to be the second Fantastic Four movie coming out
I
in
just, you know what, I
2026.
see things that you guys don't see. I see letters that you guys
You know
don't
why, Rosales? Because then they would have made Galacticus look like a Roman legionnaire.
Oh, yeah.
see. Cool.
True enough.
But whatever.
Gray, what do you think about this?
You know, Galacticus and Dr. Doom sound pretty good, but I'm going to go with Annihilus.
Anal Hillis. Anal Hillis.
Anal Hillis. Okay.
Mhm.
Warren?
This was just too easy. It's Annihilus. It's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Jaded?
understand.
Anal Hillis.
Anal Hillis.
Anal
Thank
Hillis. Going once, going twice. Sold to the heavy bidders. Too bad it
Nerds.
wasn't Galacticus.
It's not. It wasn't Galactus.
Can we please clip that though, Galacticus? I really want to see that clip, please.
Yeah.
That
Bob,
could be
even if
awesome.
you know nothing about this, how could you just you know Galacticus at least a little bit, right?
Shut up!
And Doctor Doom.
I have to agree with Kitty. Not everybody's familiar with Galacticus.
Shut up!
Or his daughter.
Or his daughter.
God.
Yes, I remember that movie from Hammer Films.
Guys, I can
The
read
Daughter
up
of
on this.
Galacticus.
Oh my god! I saw the webcomic of that.
There's so much more embarrassing stuff on the show, and this is what you.
I mean, you knocked down your wall today, so I think this trumps it actually.
This is like your highlight reel. This whole thing, 2 hours of Kitty highlights. Which Studio Ghibli film directed by Hayao Miyazaki depicts the adventures of a young girl named Shita and a boy named Pazu as they search for a legendary floating city? Is it
Come on,
Howl's
this is
Moving
an easy
Castle,
one.
Kiki's
Has to be
Delivery
Frozen.
Service,
Yes.
Castles in the Sky? Bob,
seen
let's start with you.
2 of these.
Oh, brother.
Since I know you're a big fan of the animes.
Yeah.
It's got some of the best food depiction in anime.
What? Really?
Kiki's Delivery Service?
Okay. Cole?
It's Castle in the Sky. Thank you.
Castle in the Sky. Kitty?
I only know this because I've seen the first 2, so Castle in the Sky.
Oh, it's not Catastle in the Sky?
Catassalus in the Sky.
Grey Poupée.
Yeah, both Cole and Kid are right. It is Castle in the Sky.
In the Sky? In the Ski.
In Tessie.
Warren.
I mean, I can only
Will
be
it-
2 because Kiki's Delivery Service sounds like
Is it
who-
Howl's Moving Castle? Kiki's Delivery Service? Or Castle in the Ski?
I'm gonna go with Castle in the Sky. It just seems floating. If I didn't know any better, just floating castle sky. Yeah.
The moving castle could be floating. You never know. How does it move?
Yes,
Floating.
it could be the Castle in the Sky, the Howl's Moving Castle. And they get all their food through Kiki's Delivery Service. Jaded.
Okay, this has to be said. Studio Ghibli is the A24 of animated movies. Just to let
Oh,
you
then
know.
they must be masterful, which
Well,
they
they-
are. Thank
Yeah, if you mean they're the industry standard, yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're the most boring
I
and
watched. I'm a naughty watcher.
okay, you could call any of the movies any of these names and it wouldn't make any difference.
Okay, look, let's
you can
Jaden.
call-
We know
pick, sir.
you hate them because
Movie
look,
could be
all of their
called-
films are about life, and you hate life, so we get
The
it.
movie,
There you go. That's a good.
the movie could have been called Kiki's Howling Castle Delivery Service in the Sky, and it made a difference. Castle in the Sky.
It is indeed Castle in the Sky. So
Well,
these
everyone
are the
has
kinds
a
of
point
questions and choices that we will be doing when we start doing our 365 days of trivia. From anime
Nice.
to science fiction to classic films to Oscar award-winning films.
This is great.
All kinds of different films we'll do when we do that.
Even
So,
Transformers questions. Yeah.
I think there is some Transformers questions. There's some Terminator questions. There's definitely Star Trek questions. I think there's one Woody Allen question.
Nice. Are there any human centipede questions?
No. Those are going up in the Discord.
Oh,
But,
who's that? Who's that guy that didn't want AI to be of his voice? Is there any questions of that guy?
Oh, you mean yes.
Can't think of the name. He was cursing and saying, "Oh, if they decide to take my voice," he's in the outro actually.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember his name. Oh my goodness, Hellboy.
Oh, Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ron,
yes.
yes. Any Ron
Yeah.
Perlman question?
I always love his angry videos he shoots.
Yeah, I love it. Because he just starts taking speed and cocaine and turns on his phone.
Kitty, are you gonna start a production, Galacticus, the falling wall mount behind you today? Because
What the hell you say?
It was damaging us. It was proper.
Warren, I have a feeling that if he does that, Galacticus is just going to look like a giant cat.
Galactus. Oh my gosh. That's a great idea.
Galactus. He just swats the earth.
Galactus.
Swatting it around.
Or just off the shelf. Just okay, I gotta get the door.
Okay, watch out for the screen. Watch out for the screen.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
All right. So, yeah, I made these Deadpool posters just for giggles earlier this week. What do you guys think of the Deadpool?
I gotta deliver it.
Oh my
I
goodness!
assumed it was gonna suck, and then I was actually surprised when I saw it. Like, I'm actually excited, which is weird because I haven't been excited for a Marvel thing forever. So
I
don't know. I'm of mixed opinion. I don't want to put my sights too high on this, but better than I thought it would look.
I thought the trailer was well, if you do your research, the trailer brought some new characters, and I thought it was a nice spin. I'm hopeful. I mean, Ryan Reynolds so far playing the Deadpool character throughout the first two movies, even though they were Fox created, has done a good job. So I'm assuming him and Feige and Hugh Jackman, they really sat down, and I like the fact that we're seeing a new villain, and it's actually an X-Men villain. I can't order that today, but
I'm excited to see Cassandra Nova. It should be awesome.
I'm excited for Cassandra Nova. She has actually a decent history and a very dark background. So I mean, it's the only movie from Marvel this year, so they're definitely putting their eggs in one basket.
Eggs, bald women. Is there a connection?
Galacticus, the bringer of eggs.
What? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Oh, jeez. Hey, I finally got it, guys. I finally pulled it back up. I don't know if I shared it with you guys. I should have used it earlier and segued out of some sort of bad bickering that we had going on. But here it is, one time.
My way's clearly better.
Boringer and deader.
Let's agree to disagree.
It's a lovely way.
Yes, I had that for the longest time, and I wound up losing it. And now I found it again. So it's back in rotation, if you will. So
nice.
We'll find a way. We'll find a good use case for it one day, I'm sure.
Did they get rid of the AI in the garlic phone thing?
Yes.
Sadly, yes. It was the best, and we only had it for one game.
Yeah, somebody messed with it, man. Somebody abused it.
Was it one of you guys?
No,
made
we didn't even
sandwich.
go like as horrible as we could have gone.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
We didn't think about it, but yeah, we could have made the AI do unspeakable things. We did not.
Yeah, looks like somebody did. Because
it was cold.
We were going to do it on. I was going to do it on last Sunday, and then I pulled up the Gardic phone, and I thought, oh, well, maybe it's the browser that I'm using. It doesn't. It doesn't allow for this sort of thing because sometimes a website will tell you you're using the wrong browser.
No, we just can't have nice things.
Yeah. Can't have nice things. Speaking of which, let me see. Did I stop sharing it? I did. Stop sharing it. This weekend, a wrestler is getting a lot of love. You would think it's Becky for winning the title, the women's title, but she's been
quite a train.
Title 7 times before.
She's getting married?
No, she's already married. She's got a baby and stuff, with the Seth Rollins. But it's actually Anna Jay who's getting a lot of love online these days.
Damn.
Calling her the most improved wrestler in AEW. She happens to be with Jungle Boy as a couple. So happy to have him back in the fold, I guess they are. But I noticed something about her costumes. Okay, see all the sparkles and stuff like that.
I see she's a patriot.
I think not only is she a patriot, she's probably a fan of Ralph Bakshi cartoons because it seems she's got that whole
I mean,
costume
aren't
thing
we
going
all
on.
though? Who doesn't
we-
like Backstreet?
I don't know if it's the body or the style.
You know, it's definitely there's a costume choice that seems to be familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
Yeah,
down there
hey,
in the lower
agree. You want
right-hand
to say
corner.
the name of the movie?
Gray?
You know, I think I'm okay not saying it, but we all know it. It's quality. Everybody wants to see it.
It's got everything that people look for in video games, specifically jiggle effects. So, but yeah, she seems to be popular these days. So I thought I'd bring that up.
Wonder why.
Well, it's her fandom for Ralph Bakshi. Obviously, that's what that is. So, but guys, that's all I've got for this week. Planned. Next week, of course. Sorry, Kitty.
Okay.
There we go. Next week we have remove this from the stage. Remove this from the stage. Boom. We do Cinco de Mayo, and we're going to be celebrating Cinco de Mayo and talking about all kinds of Spanglish and mayonnaise. We'll be playing English, where we'll be looking at Spanish words, possibly Spanish, possibly Spanglish. We'll get to guess to see which one it is. One of the things I remember growing up is that people that are at least two generations into the United States don't actually speak Spanish. It's basically the Ebonics of Spanish is what we speak. And so the words are not real. They're just what we think words should sound like if they were Spanish. And when somebody comes from Spain or Portugal or someplace, they're like, what kind of gutter language are you speaking? This is not Spanish. So we'll be playing Is It Spanglish? We'll also talk about Red Hulk being in Captain America 4 and Venom 3. And we'll be, again, celebrating Cinco de Mayo. I've got my hot pepper piñata right here, ready to go.
Jealous.
So we'll be doing that, or we'll be ordering a blooming onion from Chili's.
Wow, I got to be honest, I'm quite jealous. I guess this year I do have a new DeMayo to celebrate. Bo DeMayo, the guy who created X-Men '97. He's my new favorite OnlyFans creator. But yeah, I'm looking forward to celebrate the Cinco de Mayo as well this year.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
we'll have to talk about that since you're his only fan.
Ah, works. It works.
No, there's a few. I'm just saying they're doing that show right. If you like the soap opera that is the X-Men, they're handling it well.
I think the honor killings is probably going a little too far, but if we want to, we can throw that up on the we could talk about that as well. So
Sure. He said episode 8, Bo DeMayo, the creator and showrunner who was ousted. He said the next episode, Wednesday's episode, is his mic drop. So there might be a lot to talk about.
yeah, I think I don't know exactly where they're going with this. I see the parallels they're doing with the oppression of certain people who have certain points of views. The transgenders and all these other kinds of things. And I've got nothing against the gays. As a matter of fact, a lot of my gay friends are gay.
Whoa. That's
So,
cool.
Careful, don't out them.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely not. No.
Get an island.
Don't worry, Cole. You're safe.
Thanks.
Oh, I was gonna say something important, and I just completely. Oh yes, can you do an AI of Galacticus first? That'd be. I'd love to hear that.
Yes.
I've tried to use AI to do Galactus as Cartman. As Cartman when he was when I did the Cartman animation, and I wound up having to do that by hand. So, did you guys saw that, right? The Cartman as Galactus coming to eat the.
I think
I
so,
didn't
yeah.
see that.
I did.
Might have
Yeah.
been one of my absentee weeks.
Yes, yeah, you didn't go back and watch the show either. Thanks, Kitty.
What happened?
I think I'm gonna order a donut.
No, don't be like me. Eat healthy.
Ordering a donut?
Yes.
Why would you have a donut delivered?
Especially a single one, man. They usually come in dozens.
Yeah.
Because
It's like $37.50 for a glazed donut.
It's like it's $4 for one.
And
These
it's
donuts are the
Sunday.
size of a bagel.
Oh.
All donuts are the size of a bagel.
No, they're huge.
Roughly the
man.
same shape, too.
They're huge. They're huge and they have a big hole in the middle.
You sure you're talking about a bagel?
Yes.
Yeah, I hate donuts.
They're not so into you either, Cole.
Be healthy.
What do you mean be? I'm gonna die anyway.
I'm gonna say that to you.
Are you out of your Vulcan mind?
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's it, guys. Let me turn this down here as we say goodbye to Cole and the gang. Cole and the gang. Wow. It's a new rhythm and
I
blues.
think we have a new name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cole, whenever you do your solo show, that's the name. Cole and the
Yeah.
gang.
For sure. Yeah.
And then we'll make sure to do an AI intro song of rhythm and blues so that
Cole and the
you can do
gang.
that.
God.
Add it again.
Kind of 70s disco. Again, one more time, let's listen to what foreign people
what he's been doing.
foreign people think of American language.
Police up Pakistan Patan. Today we have to the border in Afghanistan. We near to the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after the people 35 wanted to blocking.
Brilliant.
That's what this podcast sounds like to normal
Rocket
people.
launcher. Mm-hmm.
Rocket launcher, Pakistani. Where was it?
That's what that whole section of me and Jaded sounded like.
Oh, yeah. Here's what I should have done when you guys were doing that.
Well, these claws ain't for just attracting mates. Bring it on, old man! Bring it on!
No, people. Let's be smart and bring it off.
Bring it all.
All right,
Yes.
that's enough of
I
this.
like that
Thanks,
one.
guys, for being here. Appreciate it. Hope to see you
Thank
next
you.
week. And if you're out there, make it a fun Sunday.
Welcome to the madness when news meets the crazy Super Sunday wrap up where we keep it hazy. Pop culture pandemonium, entertainment galore. Grab your popcorn, sit tight, let's dive in for more. It's the Super Sunday wrap up, your weekly delight where we spin through the headlines morning till night. From Hollywood scandals to the latest trends, we are proud to befriend. From celeb romances to box office hits, we dissect it all with our reverent wits. No stone left unturned, no gossip untold. Join us on this journey, let the stories unfold. It's a Super Sunday wrap-up, your weekly delight, where we spin through the headlines morning till night. From Hollywood scandals to the latest trends, we are pop culture gurus, here to befriend. So buckle up, folks, it's gonna be a ride with laughter, sass, and a touch of snide. Super Sunday wrap-up, your entertainment guide. Let's dive into the chaos with nothing to hide.
Sorry, that was the intro. Here's the outro.
Thanks for tuning in. It's been a blast. Catch us next week for more news to amass. Super Sunday wrap up, signing off with glee. Stay tuned for the madness on your YouTube TV. Stay tuned for the madness on your YouTube TV. Stay tuned for the madness on your YouTube TV.
here?
Oh, he killed 2 people.
It's over. Go home. Go.
Oh, brother.